We are live.
You are now tuned into the Boxing Bros. I'm Caden. He's my coach.
And what's poppin', everyone? This is G, man. You know what I'm saying? The G curse has been officially broken, lifted, annihilated. What's good? You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
I know you're feeling good about that.
I'm just saying, man. I don't even feel good. I feel good, but I don't feel good. It's like a double-edged sword right now, you know, but we're going to talk about it.
What up, world? In life, we all go through hard times. When you fall down, you get back up. And when you're going through it, you never kick a man while they're down, yo. It's the TBE. What's going on, y'all?
Man, you sound depressed, man.
Nah, I'm good.
And Tro's gonna join us shortly, everyone. So we're gonna have the full squad in a second. You know,
say finally starting about time. Hey, listen, man. You know,
hey, man. Yo, listen. We're family men. You know, we're adults, man. We do what we do. You know, so just bear with us. You know.
Oh, you see MMA media too.
Did anyone see? Oh yeah, we seen it, man. Yeah, yo. Hey, I'll say this, man. Salute to Nigeria right now. I know all my Nigerian brothers and sisters are in mourning. Y'all be all right. You know what I'm saying? So
it was a tough night, man. It was a tough night.
Yeah, that kind of sucks for them. You know what I mean? But hey, it is what it is, man. You know what? You can always bounce back. It's not over for any of those gentlemen.
Hey, watch your mouth, Illuminati.
What happened? What do you say? Oh, I see. Oh man,
what's good, Irish boxing bro in the building?
Oh, let me.
We're gonna get into it in a little bit.
Yeah, salute to Mr. Dan Iki. I don't know if I'm saying your name right. Hopefully, I am. He came in with the smoke starting early, you know, so he's setting the tone. Salute to him. You know, Crooked Ned finger salute. We got SJ in the building. Salute. We got and Kit Tiwari. Man, listen, man. All right, let me just start off. You know how we do in Boxing Bros, man. Our pronunciations may be a little off, so
names, yeah, you know what? But it's all good. It's all love.
And Kit.
MMA media too said Eddie Hearn was emotional, like his own son lost. No, his company lost, bro. That's why he was emotional.
Yo, listen. Shout out to Eddie, because when AJ walked into the ring, why Eddie Hearn's face looked like Eddie like Usyk, bro? I was like, I ain't never seen Eddie so tense. Eddie was just, I was like,
yo, put Kill It Boy up there for a second.
Katie, you ready to have another debate with me? You know I outclassed you last time. Herkovich is a better fighter than Eddie.
You already just eat yourself, bro. I don't even need to respond to this.
Hold on.
You just spoiled yourself.
Yo, Herkovich, the one that got punched in the face like 4 times, he forgot he was fighting. That Herkovich yesterday.
My man was lucky to escape with a win against Zhang. And you sitting here,
that's crazy.
Talking, you just eat it yourself.
Yo, Kill It Boy. I'm gonna be honest, bro. You messed up, putting up Herkovich. Herkovich is free food for the top 3 dudes, man.
AJ would kill Herkovich, bro.
Top 5 dudes are gonna murder him. Like, oh my goodness, man, that's crazy. Yeah, maybe he trolling you, bro. Maybe he trolling.
Gotta be trolling, though.
Herkovich is free food. That's free lunch, man. That's Kazakhstan. I don't know what now we might have to get our chef hats on, man. I might have to change my name.
Herkovich is government cheese, bro.
Yo, click on HLD real quick.
Herkovich who you want?
HLD, where he says Eddie's 100 million in the hole. Honestly, that fight was HLD right there, yeah. That fight was looking crazy.
Bro, we know about Eddie. Hey, listen. I don't want to talk about Eddie because I don't want to see grown men cry. But hey, listen. Eddie lost a lot last night.
I'm being honest. I think they could bounce back, bro. It ain't over, man. It ain't over. Like, I'm telling you, for Eddie. I think the zone could still bounce back. There's still big fights with AJ. There's still big fights. They good. They Gucci. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, it's not about whether or not they can bounce back. It's just about dumb decisions that even put them in that position in the first place.
That was bad. You know it's bad because AJ had that that blowout at the end. So you know the pressure, man, was on my brother, man. That's just crazy. I'm like,
yeah, you know he was feeling it.
Yeah.
Paul Beard, even in the building, salute.
Oh yeah, salute. Oh, you know. Oh, let me hit that boy back.
That shit should have heard the man. We went live, man.
Man, that shit. Come on, don't do this, man. I'm
Yo,
trying.
We need to add that topic, G. Yo, add that topic because you was talking real greasy before we started recording. Add that to the topic list, G.
All right, this is wow. All right.
Yo, my man Killer Boys in the comment section looking for smoke, man.
Man, y'all, listen, I'm trying to be peaceful, man. This is crazy. It's crazy, man.
So you trying? Shut up, G. My man, T. Lawson said AJ low key gave a retirement speech last night.
Oh, who said that? Yo, was it that?
Yeah. Don Harden said, "I'm so down." AJ Usman. It's all right, man. Everybody can't win every fight.
Hey, yo, man. Listen, man. Nigeria just feeling what the United States felt when Wilder got smashed by Fury. It's all good.
Nah, son, because you know I was rooting for Fury. The Gypsy King, baby. Listen, and UK, you still got a chance, UK, but you know what you got to do? You got to bring them out. You got to bring them out. You got to bring out the Gypsy King, baby.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, yo. The UK, I don't know if I was the UK government, man. I'm gonna let Fury rock, man. We can't be having they gotta get their belts, man. You know what I'm saying? Get y'all belts back.
There's one way you can get the belts back, UK, and it's the Mac Daddy, the Gypsy King.
You know, thank you. I appreciate this. AJ did good. He made Usyk look human at times. Usyk is just one of the greatest. No shame in losing to him. AJ deserves respect, even with the cringe at the end. This is exactly my thoughts right here. Yeah, facts, big facts. You know. Let's see, Irish boxing, bro. You watch your mouth, man. Listen here, man.
Exactly, Irish boxer, bro. We gonna get into that too. We're gonna get into that too once we start.
Oh, Lord Maximus. You know what I mean? George Joyce can't be stopped.
Nah, bro, you got the wrong name, dog. It's Guillotine Joyce.
Can't be stopped. You know what I mean?
This show is Guillotine Joyce.
Hold on, wait a minute. All right, listen. As the inventor of the Ukrainian soup, I don't believe there was Ukrainian soup being displayed at all. And I clearly think Usyk won. So this is kind of reckless. However, there was no jollof or fish and chips displayed either. It was actually a real good fight. You know, like AJ actually impressed me. So I'm not gonna bring out Chef Boy RG today because there was no food being displayed. Now, if we talking about the undercard, I might have to go out, you know, my
kitchen. Started off with food the first two fights. Like, real quick.
Like, I'm just throwing it out there. You know what I mean?
Yo, hold on a second. Complication said AJ showed his true colors yesterday. His humble persona is fake, and he is actually a bully. We'll get into that. That's your take on it, though, huh?
Oh, good, yeah.
My man said he's going for the jugular.
Oh, facts, man. Listen. Yeah, nah, man. Ain't no fish and chips last night, man. You know what I mean? Oh. Let me see. Yo, I'm telling you, Chisora needs to do that fight, man. That's easy money. I think it's easy money for Chisora.
I don't know. It's a little dangerous, yo.
Yeah, in the beginning. You know what I'm saying?
I think he'll bring it to Chisora, yo. He brought it to Hergovich, man. But it'll be an entertaining fight. It will be a good fight to see, though.
They literally said Zhang could pull out 100,000 people in China. That bag gotta be.
You know what it is. But hold on, I want to hear you respond to Walk Jock G. I used to have Wilder knocking out Usyk. After seeing the past 2 fights, I can't see Wilder's wide stance. Oh, it went off my screen. I can't see Wilder's wide stance being able to adjust to Usyk's angles quick enough to land that big right.
All right, let me be honest. All right. Listen here. I disagree with you. And seeing that performance yesterday, I'm even more confident that Wilder will knock out Usyk. You know, I'm even more confident now that Tyson Fury. I'm more confident that Tyson Fury will obliterate Usyk. Tyson Fury will make it Ukrainian soup, and that's a fact. I know y'all gonna hate me. I just gotta be honest, man. Yo, Tyson Fury's built different. Even Wilder's built different. The difference between Wilder and AJ is one thing. For the life of me, I don't understand AJ. How you let a smaller guy pillow punch you? Like, he's just pillow fisting you and just getting off light combinations, and then AJ just letting it happen. And I'm like, yo, AJ, I know those punches don't hurt you, so just go for the kill. Every time AJ was going to the body, he did excellent. And then AJ would stop. That's
a good point. When does Wilder go to the body? When does Wilder go to the body? Wilder doesn't even punch to the body.
Hold on. Who wrote that so I can put it up? Hold on. Who wrote that? I'm trying to find it.
Wrote what?
When does Wilder go to the body? I'm trying to show them.
I'm saying I'm the one who said that.
Oh,
Wilder doesn't go to the body.
Wilder don't need to go to the body against a guy like Usyk. Wilder's going for the headshot. Bang! You know what I'm saying? Like,
you think it's going to be easy for Wilder to land a headshot on Usyk?
This is the difference. It isn't going to be easy. But Wilder has 12 whole rounds to figure it out. That's all I'm saying. Wilder's whole career has been Wilder being outboxed, and then he lands that right hand, and dudes go to sleep. That's a fact. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, I'll say this. Usyk probably has the best footwork in the heavyweight division, right?
Nah, yo, this is classic G, man. What? This is classic G. Irish boxer bro said, Katie, control your bro. He talking like AJ last night. Yo, I'll tell you, this is classic G. Yo, I done see G when G gets a win or prediction or whatever. G just jump out the window, yo. I'm telling you.
Listen, everything I'm saying right now, if everyone could just
G, this is your first correct prediction in like 12 fights in the heavyweight division, bro. Listen, take it easy.
Listen. I'm humble today. I promise you. This is humble G. In my humble opinion. No, this is no wild debt. This is no like animosity. I honestly believe that Fury will beat Usyk and that Wilder's gonna beat AJ. It's just real. Like,
and you think that Wilder would beat Usyk?
Oh, man, listen. It's 50-50 for me. It's a good fight. However, yo, all Wilder has to do is just land that punch, bro. Like, he has a good chance. He really does have a good chance. I'm just saying, you know, like, and if Wilder doesn't land, it's like, hey, whatever. At least I know, though, Wilder's going to go for the kill. That's the difference between Wilder and AJ. I miss the old AJ, man. I really do. This new AJ that thinks he's a boxer, I don't know, man. Like, all AJ had to do was the Lennox Lewis style, and he refused to do it. He always just wants to go toe-to-toe for some reason with a dude like a Usyk. If that AJ tries to do that with Wilder, man, he's free lunch, man. I'm telling you, we eat fish and chips.
Yo, Georgie is rocking with you. Georgie DeAndre.
Damn, man, yo, my bad, man. I should have been looking at the oh, Rachel's been in the building. Hold on. Yo, Rachel, I know you ain't talking right now. I know Nigeria is in mourning right now. Rachel, you should watch your mouth right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, right now, I know your whole hood is crying right now. You know what I'm saying? It ain't looking too good for Nigeria with combat sports. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, last time I checked, it wasn't a Haitian brother having a meltdown in front of the world. So I'm just throwing it out there. You know what I'm saying? But salute to my sister Rachel. You know what I mean?
That's your mouth, G.
You talking real reckless right now, man.
Hold on.
Real reckless right now, G.
That Lennox style won't cut it, G. Yo, stop it, bro. That Lennox style, listen, Klitschko's used the Lennox style, and this dude reigned for 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, we have literally 2 legends that have used that style, that bully dudes. They're bigger, they're longer reach, they use their size, come in with the jab. Hey, if they missed with the right hand, you just hug the dude and make the referee force you off of him. But while you're hugging on him, you're putting your weight on him. Yo, that's hard for a guy like Usyk, who's a smaller man. For anybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, so to me, that's the key for victory for a dude like Anthony Joshua. I don't know why Anthony Joshua thinks he could like outbox a dude like Usyk or be toe-to-toe with Usyk. It makes no sense. But hey, if y'all think the Lennox style doesn't work, tell Lennox and tell Vladimir Klitschko that. You know what I mean? What was this? Problem is, while the gas is out, even faster than AJ. All right, man. Listen, man. All
right. Why you start reading it? Why you start reading it, G?
All right, you read it. You know that's cap.
It would be a ghost against Wilder. It would be landing on him all night with his high punch output, quick hands, and good feet, head movement. So, G.
Now listen. Head movement, footwork, yeah, I agree with. But that pity patch stuff isn't gonna affect Wilder. He's gonna have to really like plant his feet and hit Wilder with real punches. Like Fury, think about it. Fury before Wilder was just pity pat dudes. When Fury got in the ring with Wilder, my man planted his feet and threw the hardest punches of his career. Then that's a fact. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? Like, what we talking about?
Yo, G, you funny as hell, cuz. Yo,
wow, bro.
Hold on. Am I lying?
Yo,
am I lying though?
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
God.
I may be animated, but am I lying?
G,
what I'm saying is,
all right, let's just bring you back to earth for a second, G. What's Wilder's best win again?
His best.
What's
win?
his best win?
It's gonna have to be against King Kong Ortiz. You know what I'm saying?
King Kong Ortiz, who barely survived against Charles Martin, the dude who Wilder fans make fun of like he's a bum when AJ smoked him, right? When AJ smoked Charles Martin, Wilder fans said, "Oh, Charles Martin's a bum." Charles Martin fights King Kong Ortiz, Deontay Wilder's best win, and gives him hell. Now people make fun of Andy Ruiz, right? Say Andy Ruiz is a bum. He's about to fight King Kong Ortiz. Now, if Andy Ruiz beats King Kong Ortiz, that means Anthony Joshua is going to have wins that are better. He already has wins that are better than Wilder's best win. But if Andy Ruiz beats King Kong Ortiz, now Wilder's best win looks like hot garbage. So I'm just saying, you're doing a lot. You're doing a lot for a guy who doesn't really have a really good win on his resume.
For the record, I've never disrespected Anthony Joshua's record, and I've never disrespected Wilder's record. I think these guys, regardless, have beat top 10 opposition. You know what I mean? In this era, top 10. We may have issues with the level of the top 10 fighters, but nonetheless, a lot of these guys are still top 10 fighters. And when they get in the ring with those two gentlemen, they both lose. So, I mean, those gentlemen are victorious against both of those.
How many top 10 fighters did Wilder fight?
Most of Wilder's fights, once he got the belt, were top 10 because you can only fight these guys.
Name them. Who were they? Who?
No, Areola was top. Areola was top 10 at the time. Let's just keep it real. Stavern was top 10. What's the dude that
retired?
But they were still top 10 at the time. You see what I'm saying? Like, even like the only one I think was like Gerald Washington. I gotta look up what Gerald Washington's ranking was.
How about this? Name to me Wilder's victory over guys who are top 10 now.
Ortiz.
That's one.
Okay.
That's one victory.
I gotta look at the list of the top 10 dudes.
This is what I'm saying to you. Wilder gets credit for losing. For fighting Fury and losing. AJ fights Usyk and loses and loses better than Wilder lost to Fury, and people still hate on him.
Killer Boy, I'll give you everybody but Gerald Washington. Gerald Washington, if he was top 10, that's only because opposition was weak. He not really like top 10.
See, this is what I mean. Killer Boy. First of all, Killer Boy has Deontay Wilder as his image, so that should tell you everything you need to know. But secondly, Bermane Stavern
was the champion.
Name his best victory. Stavern's best victory was Chris Arreola.
Best victory was Arreola.
Exactly. His
and
best
Arreola spanked your man, Ruiz. You know what I'm saying? So
no, he did it. Ruiz beat him.
The referee.
So there you go. There you go. Arreola and Bermain Stavern were in a time where the heavyweight division was basically non-existent. And Bermain Stavern actually got knocked out by a dude with 15 L's. So
thank you, Scott. Thank you. I'm like, I may be animated, but I'm not lying. Let's just keep it real. You know what I'm saying?
Scott has SpongeBob Deontay Wilder looking SpongeBob as his icon.
Oh
so
again, yo, y'all
SpongeBob's orbs looking like Deontay Wilder's legs.
Hold on, wait a minute. What does it say? It says, "Gee, the trouble is, will Wilder get into the ring with AJ? His record shows he doesn't fight top fighters." That's $1 million question. Listen, I'm not gonna cap for Wilder. Like, I think the business moves that, and we're going to talk about this. That's one of the topics, because I know Wilder just had a recent interview talking about the people that have been controlling his career. And I think Wilder actually regrets, listening to a lot of people that are handling these fights. I honestly think Wilder's going to fight AJ. I promise y'all that. I'm dead serious. Like, the way he's been saying tells me
when we get into the show, which I mean, I don't know how much longer when we get into the show, we're just going to talk about how Wilder again turned down the opportunity to fight AJ.
Man, listen. Have faith. Just have faith. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. You Wilder people kill me, man.
Listen, this Mr. Dan Iki, right? Old AJ was less scared AJ. Facts, man. I'm being honest. I miss the old AJ, man. I miss the old swole Mr. Olympia AJ, because at least that dude went for it. He went for it every time. You know what I'm saying? This new slim, I don't know, man. This dude, man.
He said Mr. Olympia AJ.
Oh, man, I miss Mr. Olympia, bro. I do. I missed him, man. Like, this new AJ different, man. I don't know.
Man, because like, it's different when you don't feel like, or when you feel invincible and you feel like you can't be hurt. But once you do it, taste that and you do experience it, it changes you. Like, look at Deontay Wilder, bro. Deontay Wilder thought he was invincible till Fury stopped him. And when Fury stopped him in their second fight, that's when Wilder was like, man, I need to learn how to box. That's when Wilder finally humbled himself and was like, yo, I really got to get some skills. So it changes you once you realize that, like, you're not invincible. When you're steamrolling people and you start to feel that way. But once you, that's why I said it was a disservice to Wilder that they put him in with the guys they put him in with, and they never gave him someone who would test him, because by the time he got tested, it was too late. You know what I mean? But
yeah, so I'll say this, right? And salute to Trill. Trill's in the building, everyone. Trill, you want to shout out? You want to say what's up? Oh, he driving. So. All right. Well, Trill's driving right now. Just give him a second. But I'll say this: with Wilder, and this is why I never liked hating on Wilder or AJ. AJ did, even in his little speech last night, he had a good point. Yo, these dudes started boxing late. You gotta understand. If you're not 7-6 years old in this game, coming into this like as a late teen is dangerous. You're going up you're going up against gentlemen who've been fighting all their lives, meaning they're professionals at a younger age. These guys beat gentlemen that were more skilled than them in the ring because they had God-given talent, both AJ and Wilder. So that's why I never hated on either gentleman, because I was like, what they did was just impressive. That's a fact. You know what I mean? So, like, and it sucks when you're champion of the world, meaning people are like, oh, AJ's conceited, AJ's this. I'm like, bro, you gotta be like that. Any athlete at a top level has to think that way. I'm the best in the world, right? And you got a bunch of people around you, a lot, like half of these guys just want to check. They're gonna lie and say, yeah, you won, you the best, brilliant AJ, and all that dumb stuff. So in your mind, you really think you won. And now you got your promotional company and financial pressure. You got your promoter on pressure. Like, yo, you trying to become undisputed. You trying to get your belts back. All kind of stuff is going on. You've been paying these fees, and then you done collected all of these belts. You had an opportunity to get it back, and then all of this happens. You think you won. You just turned up, and it's like you have like a little, the fuse just breaks, and then you just have a moment, and so you just lash, right? It's, to me, I understand. I feel like you should have never did, especially at that moment, but I understand. Just like I understand when Wilder was lashing out, when he lost to Fury, he just couldn't believe it in his mind. He couldn't process a loss because that was his first loss. So it was easier for a guy to just come up with excuses, right? Now, I'm not justifying either gentleman. They were both wrong, and I've always said that. But I could understand what's going on. That's why I'm like, yo, give these gentlemen grace. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's something wrong with these brothers, man, at that level. There's not too many of them around. Like, that's why I'd be like, yo, Lennox, Holyfield, Tyson, yo, step up, man. Be mentors. Like,
Holyfield was there, but he was there for Usyk.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, even Klitschko, yo, mentally, I know you and AJ are cool. Like, yo, these former champions should level up and just be like, yo, young man, let me holler at you. You know what I mean? Like, it's only right because, like, yo, it's lonely at the top. That's what I'm gonna say. It's lonely at the top. And like, I'm gonna say this from a person like myself, right? With my career, with my family, with all the stuff I go through, right? I do live a stressful life, right? I'm not like an AJ because I can handle my stress to a degree, I'll say, right? But I don't live a AJ life, like where anywhere I walk, people have comments, have opinions. People like either get your belts back, champ, or people like, yo, you're trash, you a robot, you're a bodybuilder. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't go through that every day. AJ does. You see what I'm saying? Like, so I just feel like the way people are judging, it's easy for us to be on the sidelines violating AJ, but I kind of feel like, let's just think about this, man. Like, that brother need help, man. He needs support. He need love. So I think it's a little different. And Wilder went through that. So, and you know me, man. Listen, I'm consistent. The hate that I seen Wilder receive, AJ should be receiving as well. But I feel like we shouldn't violate these gentlemen because they're going through a lot. But then at the other end, y'all could be like, yo, you know what, G, all that sounds cute, but yo, these guys, we pay, so I have the right to violate. Hey, it is what it is. I'm just saying, man, give these brothers some grace, man, just a little bit. But hey, I'm gonna get off my little my soapbox. You know what I mean?
I don't want to hear crap about these guys starting fighting at 18, 19, okay? Because the bottom line is they still made it to the point that they made it to. Once you make it to that point, like, it is what it is. Like, for example, when AJ when he beats Joseph Parker, when he beats good fighters, he doesn't say, oh, well, give me grace or whatever. Like, I don't know. I just don't like that excuse, right? Everybody has their own thing. Like, for example, Usyk is, what, like 35 years old? He's older than AJ.
Yeah.
He had more amateur fights than AJ. AJ's had more professional fights, right? So what if Usyk wasn't good enough to go pro, right? But AJ was good enough to go pro at an earlier age because his physical attributes allowed him to go pro. Where Usyk was more technique, and so Usyk had to stay amateur to perfect his technique. So it made him have to stay amateur longer than AJ had to stay amateur. So AJ was able to be a professional and use his physical attributes like his size, his reach, his power, and he was able to do all those things to become champion. Then later on, once Usyk perfects his skills at an older age, he's able to turn pro. So he's turning pro at an older age, which kind of puts him at a disadvantage, right? So at an older age, he fights Anthony Joshua for 4 belts. He beats Anthony Joshua using the skill that he perfected in the amateurs, right? So he perfected his craft before he went pro. Now you can't blame Usyk for Anthony Joshua choosing to go pro before he developed his skill.
Nobody did, though.
No, but if Anthony Joshua wants to use the excuse that, oh, I started boxing at 19. Well, then why didn't you stay amateur until you perfected your skills like Usyk did?
I don't think you use it. All right, listen.
Come on, bro. You can't make that excuse, bro. He's the one who chose to go pro when he did. He's the one. If he wanted to perfect his skills, if perfecting his skills is what mattered to him, he should have stayed an amateur, right? And he should have done what Usyk did. But no, he went pro sooner. He went because he had physical advantages that Usyk didn't have. He had knockout power. He had size. He had all those things. Usyk was the one who knew, like, yo, I'm not going to be able to knock dudes out with one punch. I got to perfect my skill. I got to use footwork. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to be ready before I go pro, right? So Usyk did those things. So now when you fight Usyk and you lose to him, you don't get to say, well, I started fighting at 19 and blah, blah. Nah, man, yo, you took your route. He took his route. You lost. That's it.
I'm going to say this. I hear what you're saying. And I don't think to me, when AJ got on that stage and did that whole, I was about to go to jail, I was this, that, I think he wanted sympathy, bro. I really think that's what it was. He wanted people to understand his story. Like, I don't have the traditional boxing background. Like, I've made it this far because of hard work. The average guy that has his story wouldn't make it to championship level. I think that's what he was trying to explain. But, he was riled up. He was emotional. He was hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't think it was to discredit Usyk in any way. Like, I think he was just giving his side. You know what I mean? Because remember when he was talking about this was skill, not strength. It was skill, right? He's explaining. I guarantee what it was is, this was the hardest training camp of my career. I really, really wanted my belts back. This after. It's just emotions, man. It's just emotions, man. Get that man.
We're actually diving into the show, which we weren't supposed to do until Real Dollar Bill showed up, and he is here now in the building. Bro, are you able to speak to us?
Yes, I don't know if y'all can hear me or I'm on point. Am I lagging or nothing?
Yeah, a little bit, but we
lagging, but we can hear you. Yeah. Bro, you there?
Oh man, I'm trying. Yeah, I'm here. I'm gonna try to fix this up. Man. But shout out to AJ, man. I'm not mad at AJ, man. I understand the rant. I just think it was a little bit more of disappointment. That's where AJ was showing. The everything else he was saying, I really wasn't, really paying attention to it. But I understood his rant was more of disappointment and frustration. That's what I seen. I feel like he really, this is why I appreciated the rant. I appreciated the rant because it made me. It actually. This is what it did.
Here's one thing.
I
know that you came in and G was talking about the rant. We haven't even started the show.
Well, let's get it.
No one's talking about it really. Yeah.
That's coming to the topic. Let's just get into the first topic, guys. So the first one is Joshua.
The first topic is our reaction to the rematch between Alexander Usyk and Anthony Joshua, which Usyk won by split decision. I'm gonna turn it over to you, Trill Dollar Bill, so you can get the mic back real quick. What was your reaction to the fight?
My reaction to the fight was, AJ too much thinking, not enough attacking, and Usyk being Usyk. That was my reaction to the fight. Usyk was Usyk, and Joshua was too much thinking, not enough attacking. He did good in spots. He did better than he did in the first fight. But Usyk is he's just special, man. And I've been saying this for a while, man. It's just something about this young man. And I was saying last night, I said, my man G was like, they're going to have Machine Gun Kelly play Usyk. And I was like, nah, man, he can't dance. You know what I'm saying? He's not funny. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't built like that. So I was thinking, man, we was like Jason Tatum. God play Usyk in the new movie. So that's what we thinking. You know what I'm saying?
You mean Channing Tatum?
Yeah. Channing Tatum. Yeah. The guy, the dancing funny guy. Yep.
Yeah. Channing Tatum. Gonna play Usyk.
Oh, Channing would be a good Usyk. Yeah,
Yeah, for real. Who's gonna do the dance moves? You know what I'm saying? Who's gonna do the dance moves?
What was that movie? Mike's Hearn, what was the stripper movie?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mike,
one of the women in there.
Magic Mike. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Shout out to the homie, man. But yeah, I'm not mad at
Eddie had one on the hip.
Yo, fat. 100.
Oh snap. Yo, I'm so off, fellas. I didn't even know we were live. This thing is so messed up. I ain't live, yo. Can you pop that comment up? This ain't even working like that. But yeah. Good thing I didn't say nothing I was supposed to say. I was on my best behavior, fellas. You know what I mean? I had good energy today. I wasn't being my double self.
Would have been like, yeah, the guns over.
Shout out to AJ though. You know, I'm gonna follow the bouncing ball. This is just my reaction of the fight. If my reaction of the fight was AJ too much thinking, not enough attacking, and you know he let Usyk off the hook a lot of times in that fight. And shout out to Usyk. Usyk was just Usyk. You know what I'm saying? He did everything he was gonna do, man. Usyk was just Usyk.
Yo, put this dude, Danikin, whatever, Danikin. Put his comment up there.
Danikin? Oh,
yeah, whatever his name is. Hold on. Mr. Danlicky, whatever.
Oh, hold on. Damn, there's so many comments, man. Yeah, but hold on.
Yo, he said Usyk won 11 rounds to 1.
He sound like how Ned was in the first fight. Remember Ned said,
this guy's not biased at all. All right.
I thought it was
Danicky. All right. Yo, this dude Danicky's funny as hell.
Go to later rounds.
All right, yo, Conspiracy G, what's your reaction, man? First of all, the G curse is broken.
Exactly.
Salute to Alexander.
Nah, G curse is on hiatus. It's on hiatus.
All right, man.
You
Listen.
Know what I mean? What was your reaction, G?
Well, first, let me say this. The whole card itself, to be me, I don't think they should have it ever again in Saudi Arabia. I'm being honest, yo. At a fight at that magnitude, it should have been in the UK or in the States. The fans, man, just wasn't even invested, bro. Like, it just was whack, man. I don't know. The energy just didn't feel like how it used to be, man, for like a traditional AJ fight. So I was disappointed about that. But I will say I was highly impressed by the design, the entrance, the intro with Swizzy. I thought all of that was fire. I was like, yo, they really put money into this. That was dope. The performances, though, like AJ. All right, listen. Usyk, salute to Usyk. Usyk's Usyk, right? I didn't think I thought we would see a different side of Usyk, you know, for this fight, because I was like, if the same Usyk comes in, clearly AJ is gonna know what to do. So Usyk must have a second, you know, game plan. This was just the same Usyk. So salute to Usyk. This AJ, though, however, did do better than the first AJ. But nonetheless, I still wanted Killer Instinct, old school Mr. Olympian Anthony Joshua, who fought Klitschko, to reappear. And homie said, nah, we good. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. AJ, his performance is still disappointing to me, although he did a lot better. And this fight was really, really close. On my scorecard, I had it, what did I have? 116, 113. And the only reason why I had 116, 113 is because for me, round 3 was so close. I gave round 3 a 10-10 round. You know what I'm saying? And I know people don't like that. So let's just say, for argument's sake, I give that round to AJ. Then it would be 115, 113 for Usyk. You know, but I thought both gentlemen did equal work. So I was like, I can't pick that round. So I gave it to both gentlemen. But nonetheless, AJ, I felt like AJ had round 2, 3, 6, 8, 9, and that was it. 10, 11, and 12. I'm shocked AJ let Usyk survive the 9th round. Like, shocked. Like, I was like, 8 and 9, AJ did good work. AJ attacking the body, you know, like I thought every time AJ attacked the body, he did great. But then AJ in this new AJ 2.0 way, he just stops. And it's like he's tenderizing the meat. It's time to cook it. And he just goes, yeah, you know, let me put it back in the freezer. And I'm just like, yo, what are you doing? You know, and then to me, I always thought, I was like, yo, when people were like all excited about Robert Garcia training AJ, like, I was like, I don't think Robert's going to do anything for AJ, to be honest. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't really have heavyweight experience. And then when I seen Robert Garcia, I forgot what round it was. Was it the 4th round? I think it was the 4th. Maybe it was the 3rd. And he said, yo, you're winning all the rounds. Me personally, I wouldn't tell AJ that. I would have told AJ the truth. You need to attack this guy. Stop playing with your food. You know, like, there was just a lot of issues with AJ's performance for me personally, right? But nonetheless, you know, I thought the better man did win. But AJ could have knocked out Usyk. We all seen it. He had Usyk hurt. And again, AJ let him go. And this is the number one. My number one issue with AJ is his killer instinct. My number 2 issue with AJ, which I thought he solved, was actually his endurance. He has an endurance issue. My man came in looking like, I'm not even going to say it out of respect, but my man looked like he lost a lot of weight. And I was like, interesting. Let's see what happens. My man came in lighter, leaner, you know, still muscular, but leaner, right? So I'm like, maybe this will really work to his advantage. And maybe it did. But nonetheless, he's trying to box with Usyk. You're not built like that, fam. Like, just like Zhang, it wasn't built to go all 12 with Herkovich. You know what I mean? You gotta not play with your food. Take him out. You know what I mean? But he wants to box again. That's why Hansen, his little outburst at the end, he's talking about skill, not strength. Bro, you should have been fighting strength. Forget skill with you. You need to just be a bully. And AJ don't know how to bully. And it's weird to me. I'm like, you got the reach advantage. You got the size advantage. Just run through him. AJ didn't do that. So I'm still kind of low-key disappointed in AJ's performance. You know, but I still think AJ had a great performance. Just like Wilder with his Fury performance. Clearly he lost, but he still had a great showing. AJ did good. Usyk did good. The heavyweight division had a great fight last night. We were all entertained. So salute to both gentlemen. And it just is what it is, man. But please, 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 Eddie, stop going to Saudi Arabia, man. Like, bring it back to the UK or bring it back to the US, man. Like, the fans, I want to see fans actually excited.
I need that money, G. You already know that. Why you talk? You know he need that money, G.
I know, but bro, I've never seen a fight where I could actually hear the corners. Like, I could hear everything the corners were saying during this fight. That's wild to me. That means people weren't even energized about this fight. They too polite over there in Saudi Arabia. They too silent. They too quiet. Like, yo, think about it. When they was singing Sweet Caroline, I'm just seeing a whole bunch of Saudi princes in the front not moving, bro. They were just like, they looking around like, yo, why is this song so important? Like, I don't get it. You know what I mean? I'm just like, bro, it's like the energy was just off, man. I don't know, man. But yo, I got your back, AJ, man. Like, for real.
Yo, put my man MMA Media's comment up real quick, G.
Oh damn! Oh man!
MMA Media too.
All right, is this one? Look at G with off top. We don't want that. Guillotine. All right, listen. I honestly
want Guillotine G. That's what the people want, G.
Hold on the real. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Yesterday, I definitely was gonna bring Guillotine style G. But then when I watched his breakdown this morning, me personally, I felt bad. So, and we'll talk about it. You know, I kind of already did, but I did feel bad for AJ. So I kind of was like, you know what? Yo, G, man, like, show love, not hate. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like I didn't like when people was hating on Wilder's performance. When I thought Wilder did good, even though he lost, I still thought he did good. AJ, I still thought he did good. Like, he did better than before. Like, was it good enough? It wasn't the old AJ, but I understood, you know, what AJ was trying to do. I just felt like that was a poor strategy, but nonetheless, it was better than before. And his strategy could have worked if he just kept going. But there's too many times AJ just took his foot off the gas. So I'll just be honest, man. I don't think AJ wasn't food. Usyk wasn't food. So I'm not gonna be Chef Boy RG today. And I could be Guillotine style G, but I don't think it was right, man. So I don't know. It is what it is, man. People want to clown me for what it is, you know. What happened
G
to him?
I said we're gonna call you G the Merciful.
G the Merciful. Crazy.
All right. Now, TBE, you had to witness Anthony Joshua lose for a third time, man. And,
my God.
The first two times you didn't take it well, TBE. Yeah. So how'd you feel?
You gotta come to terms with people's mortality, yo. They're just human. So, you know, yesterday my reaction to the fight. First, I want to talk about the undercards, like the whole arena was empty. I'm just like, they're just panning at the crowd and it's just empty. I'm just like, sheesh. And I know fans ain't there for the undercards, they're there for the main event. But even when it was getting close, like the Callum Smith fight, empty. The 4-round intermission, empty. And then, you know, Zhang and Hergovich had their fight. You see people coming in and start filling up. And then as soon as the main event hits, it was a very good showing out there. But, you know, like G said, the crowd wasn't into it like they are here in the States and the UK area where there are people who really like boxing. But look, on to the fight now. First round, first half of the fight, AJ came in. AJ was implementing that. AJ was the aggressor. AJ was attacking. AJ was doing what he was doing. I felt AJ some round. G kept saying Usyk won the fight. Usyk won the round. When I was like, Usyk didn't really do much that round. AJ was getting to the body. AJ was just being on the attack. And then towards the later round, you saw Usyk started implementing his strategy. And then it was like, dang. And then there was just a point in the fight where Usyk just started did the same thing Usyk old, where he was just dominating, like dodging. AJ couldn't touch him basically, but AJ had him in like the ninth round. I don't know what happened after that. AJ's gas tank just went on E, and you just saw it. Like there was a point in the fight, I think the 10th or 11th round, where he's on the rope. He's like, "Yo, come to me. I'm tired." Like, both gentlemen were exhausted. I was telling you could see the exhaustion on Usyk's face. You could see the exhaustion on AJ, but AJ was just done. He was like, "Yo, come get me. I'm on the ropes. I'm food. Like, come get me." And then that 12th round was just a mess. Like, they were just wrestling all over the place. Like, everything was just like, it was just insane. And at one point in the fight, AJ even I don't know how frustrated AJ was. AJ hit him over the head with a hammer fist. Like hit him on the head with a hammer fist. I'm just like, I get it, man. Yo, you want your belts back. And, you know, it all manifested in the end. But we'll get to that later. But I'm not mad at AJ. AJ, you'll bounce back from this. I'll speak on that later. I'm not mad at this fight either. I'm glad Usyk won. He put on for his country. Yo, I would have been even happy if AJ won. He would have got his belts back. But there's still more exciting boxing to come.
Oh, I didn't know. That's crazy. Yo, shout out to everybody because I didn't even know that we was live because, you know, I was messed up. But shout out to everybody, the Boxing Bros fam in the comment section. Much love to all y'all, man.
Yeah, much love.
Hit them likes, man. The likes, how Trill do it? Like, share, and subscribe, everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so when I watched the first round, I thought AJ was doing a lot better than he did the first fight in terms of not overreacting to feints, right? Staying in the pocket, keeping the distance, making it hard for Usyk to get inside. But as the fight went on, that slowly went away. And one of the things he was doing was he was using a real jab. Like he was throwing a jab, a solid, stiff jab, and then he started to paw with the jab again. And Usyk also turned the pressure up. And so once Usyk turned the pressure up, things got, a lot harder for Anthony Joshua. I saw that he started to react to feints again. Usyk was able to get inside. But to AJ's credit, he still did better than he did the first time. I think the body attack was key, and he was going to the body from the beginning. So that was something that we had pointed out on Boxing Bros. I remember we had that segment is the key to beating Usyk, going to the body. And I remember, some people were like, yeah, some people were like, oh, y'all crazy or whatever. But I do think the body attack did slow Usyk down. And the body attack did get to Usyk. And it showed in the 9th round. In the 9th round, AJ landed 2 or 3 beautiful uppercuts to the body that really hurt Usyk. And that's when he had his best round he's ever had against Usyk. And then it looked like he could potentially stop Usyk in that round. The bell rings, and then AJ looks at Usyk and he smiles. Ned seen the meme. We sent it to the group chat. Ned seen, and he looks at Usyk and he smiles. And I'm thinking 2 things, and I text this to the group. This next round, AJ needs to come back out there, go to the body, and bully him and use like his physical advantages. That 10th round, Usyk came out and put a hurting on Anthony Joshua. And to me, that is when the fight was won. At that point, it was still a close fight. At that point, it was anyone's fight on my scorecard. On my scorecard, it was anyone's fight. I scored it 115-113 for Usyk. But in that 10th round, when Usyk beat Anthony Joshua, Usyk won the 11th and Usyk won the 12th. If AJ comes out in that 10th round and stands his ground and it plants more seeds of doubt in Usyk's mind, he's in position to win. But what happened was he beat Usyk in the 9th round. The most doubt Usyk's probably had in himself in a long time. You can see it in Usyk's face. Usyk went to the corner in that 9th round and decided, I'm going to make a stand in the 10th.
I'm going to go out.
Like, I'm going to live or die. What'd you say, bro?
Yeah, he was more like, I'm going to go out on, if I'm going to go out, I'm going to go out on my, you know what I mean?
Yep. He said, if I'm going to go out, I'm going to go out, you know what I mean? I'm going to go for mine. Usyk went for his, and Joshua just was not ready. And I don't understand this about Anthony Joshua. And this is where people can say, oh, he started boxing when he was 19 or this, and that, right? What I'm saying is this, right? Anyone should know. You just hurt Usyk badly in the 9th round. You didn't know he was coming for you in that 10th round? You didn't know that. What did you think Usyk was going to do in that 10th round? See, when you're fighting someone who's not a champion, or when you're fighting someone who doesn't believe in himself, when you hurt him like that, yeah, they're ready to quit. But not Usyk. Usyk was like, yo, okay. And then Usyk comes out in the 10th round and puts a hurting on Anthony Joshua. And then from 11 to 12, Usyk wins those fights and wins those rounds, and he pulls away with the fight. The thing for me is the game plan for Anthony Joshua is to go to the body. And he didn't do it consistently enough for me. In the beginning of the fight, every time Usyk threw a combination, when he finished, Joshua went right to the body immediately. He stopped doing that in the middle rounds. It was just crazy. At some point, I just felt like what happened was Usyk was willing to go for it when Anthony Joshua wasn't. And that was the difference in the fight to me. When it got thick, when it was time to bite down on your gum shield and go for it, Usyk was willing to do it, and Anthony Joshua wasn't, and that was the difference. Even when Anthony Joshua would hurt Usyk, he wouldn't jump on him. He wouldn't try to gain the advantage. He would hold, and it was just very weird. So to me, I think the right man won. I picked Anthony Joshua. I thought he was going to fight different, and he did fight different, but not enough to get the victory. And that just goes to Usyk, man. You just got to respect Usyk. The dude is skilled. He's talented. He has heart. And all those things you can't take away from him. He deserved it. He earned it. Great victory for Alexander Usyk.
Usyk know how to steal rounds too. Shout out to Usyk.
He do.
Yeah. Man, listen, man. Now we about to. Now it's time.
All right, we about to get into AJ's rant. Now this one's going to be interesting because, we're going to show you a lot of different videos so you can see, and then we're going to discuss AJ's rant. So let's take a look. All right, so that's one of the videos that was.
Okay. That's why I stopped drinking.
All right, let's take a look at this next one. So this is Anthony Joshua. Right.
Good job, Jeff. Good work, man. You know what it is. Hey, good work. Keep it professional. What are you talking to? Who are you talking to? Yeah, I see where to keep it.
So AJ's walking by, and that's the referee from the I think the Zhang fight. And the referee,
you know what, Kaden, can you replay it? My bad. So, because on StreamYard, like the sound, like if I don't mute you, it's hard for them to hear it. So if we could just play that again one last time, my fault. I didn't mute you. Okay. So that was on me, everyone. That was on me.
Not on anyone, man. It's no big deal.
That's G's fault.
You're right, Dad. It's G's fault. You're right. All right, we're gonna run it back.
Your son has no respect, you know.
All right, here we go. I'm about to run it back right now.
Good work, man. You know what it is. Hey, good work. Keep it professional. What are you talking to? Who are you talking to?
Yeah,
I see where to keep it.
Yo, I've never heard AJ say so many F-bombs, man. This is kind of crazy.
So the ref says way to keep it professional, and AJ just snaps. I think he thought the ref said keep it professional. But anyways, what, Ned?
That was the ref that was mad animated and like doing
this. Yeah. That was a terrible ref who times when the bell rung, he just walked away.
Yo, hold on. Was that the ref with the 4-minute round?
I think so.
Nah. The 4-minute round.
Callum Smith fight. I think it was.
He was with Zane. He was with Zane.
He was a Zane fight. Yeah, he was a terrible ref, man.
Yeah, he was terrible.
Bruh, that 4-minute round, though. I'm like, yo, Saudi Arabia, funny, son. I don't know, man. I'll never go back there. You know
they had to hook up Badu Jack.
Badu Jack. They wanted Badu Jack to get the knockout. I don't know. You know what I mean?
All right, so this was Anthony Joshua in the post-fight press conference.
AJ, Antoine, ITV News. When we spoke, you said you wanted to put on a heroic performance, and in round 9, I think everybody in this room will agree that you did. Would you say you're proud of yourself this time around, and you feel like you give your all and you left it all in the ring?
Am I proud of myself? it's really, really hard for me to say I'm proud of myself. I don't feel anything. I'm just, I'm upset, really, like deep down in my heart. Oh, man. Oh. Like, trust me, no, man.
Come on. Who's got a question for me while we're waiting?
Radio Raheem. Eddie, this is
You know, Eddie said, all right, he can't talk, but I can. All right.
Oh. Yeah, let me see, man. I didn't even see that.
I'm gonna show this last video and then we'll jump into it. All right.
Oh. Yo, for the chat, if you want me to put your comment up, please don't swear. If you're gonna put a curse word in there, I'm not gonna share it. Just so y'all know.
All right, here we go.
But now, like anybody else,
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we get you. Go ahead.
This is Anthony Joshua talking to Vasily Lomachenko. So the guy we see with the bucket hat on is actually Vasily Lomachenko. All right.
you respect me as a man. But now, like anybody else, fuck that shit. Kickboxing has to win. You show your height. Fuck that shit. You respect me as a man. But now,
all right.
Yo, hold on. I just realized we didn't show him throwing the belts.
Yo,
hold on, man.
If you got it. But here's the thing. That guy in the green who's trying to grab Joshua and he pulls away and says, "Get the F off me," that was his dad. So when people say like, "Oh, where was the people around him?" The people around him were trying to stop him. He just was not having it.
Oh man, yo, hey Kaden, can you go to my page? Because I'm not even logged in Twitter and I don't even know.
I got you. You said you got it on your page?
Yeah, it's on my page, yeah. So it shows like the whole
How do I do it right now? Hold on. I'll share it right now.
Yo, that's crazy. I think he was really crying, man. Come on.
You can see it?
Yeah. This is it. While he got the Ukrainian flag on, he's talking reckless like that. This guy is different.
All right. I mean, I just gotta say one thing. Salute to Usyk, man. Good. Like you can see, like he's like he understood what was happening in front of him. You know what I mean? He said to him, like, listen. He said, listen, please listen. Like, you know what I mean? Like he was trying to. So salute to Usyk.
And he had his goons. His goons gonna hop on him. He told his goons, "Hey, he's all right." Cool. You know what I'm saying? Fall back.
I was like, salute to Usyk. Okay. All right, I'm gonna turn over to you, Trodar. What's your reaction to that?
There's a lot of things that's going on in my head, man. But I don't want too many people to get down on AJ. Honestly, like I really don't, man. This was a moment. This is what you want from your fighter, right? It was a long time ago. I used to criticize this young man like hard. I used to go at him crazy, you know. And I was like, man, Deontay Wilder would knock this dude out. He's a robot. I remember I was saying all this stuff, right? And then I was criticizing him hard. And then Caden reminded me. He said, yo, you know he's learning on the job. And he started to break down this young man and his journey to me. Then I started watching and really started paying attention. And then I seen the Ruiz fight because I was like, I didn't know if he loved the sport of boxing like I did, you know? So I judged him on that, right? So I said, if he loved the sport of boxing, show me. And then he started showing me. The fact of the matter that he had that rant, let me talk about that rant right there. That rant showed me that he takes this serious, that he really cared. You know, he has hundreds of millions of dollars. Other fighters would have been like, hey, you know, man, look, hey, you live to fight another day. You know what I'm saying? It's not, you know, not AJ. He took this really personal. He really tried his hardest. He looked different. When he was coming in, he really wanted to beat Usyk. AJ is one of those fighters that I always said if he didn't care what the critics think, he'll be untouchable, unstoppable. But as you can see during that rant, he cares too much what the critics think. And that is probably what hurts him in fights. He has nothing to be ashamed of. Nothing to be ashamed at all. Seeing where he came from and what he has been able to accomplish, I don't see anybody being able to mess with any. If AJ would have stepped in the ring with anybody the way he was performing, how on point he was last night, right? He would have took out anybody else but Usyk. Usyk is just special. And the reason why I say this is because the way he was, this was a different type of AJ. This was a different type of AJ. And I'm not mad at AJ. It's just that Usyk is just that special. He's just that good. And you can't take nothing away from him. His emotion, all that, I salute that emotion. I know how hard it was when the brothers, man, got me into shape, right? I used to go crazy. You know what I'm saying? And then I used to be able to run, and I'm running. Then I got hurt. And I got injured. And I was so frustrated that I couldn't go out there and I couldn't run, couldn't go to the gym like I wanted to. Hurt my shoulder. I kept breaking down. My body kept breaking down. The brothers told me, you got to rest. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't understand. I just loved the fact of just, working out. So I was devastated. I was emotional. I was hurt. I even cried that I couldn't even go to the gym. And you're talking about a guy who dedicated his life and everything to the sport where you can die in the sport. You know what I'm saying? He dedicated himself into the sport that he takes everything. This sport is the most loneliest sport ever. You got to battle everything. And this young man did that. I understand the rant, his frustration. It shows me that he really wanted it. He really cared. It's the wildest thing to me, man. But I get it, man. I get it, man. I understand. And actually, in that moment right there, I was like, as a fighter, I understand. It showed me he really, really cared, man. He really cared, especially with all that money. You gotta think, and all that money, and you going, you really the passion. This brother really wanted to win, and he put his all in it. I really hope that, you know what I'm saying, he got some people around him. You know what I'm saying? Some people around him that's gonna help him out and be there for him, because this was a tough loss from him. You can tell. Yeah, I understand all that. How he do it was frustration. He was mad. He was pissed off. You ain't never wanted something and tried so hard for in your life, dedicated yourself to, and wanted something so bad, and you worked your behind off, and you didn't get it. Yeah, you're going to be frustrated. Everybody can't handle their emotions. You're talking about a fighter that, when my brother said the last episode, these guys, right, for a profession, they're supposed to fight. They're fighters. But everybody talks all this crap about them and talks all this mess, and they can't punch these guys in the face. People judge him, talk mess to him, and he can't do nothing to them but have a little rant, and everybody's mad. He ain't put his hands on nobody. Man, I'm not mad at it, man. They showed me that he cared. when a lot of these people only care about a check.
All right, Conspiracy G.
Yo, thanks Trill for actually going before me because I didn't have to address the things that the talking points that Trill brought forth. But I will say this: seeing that Trill brought out all the positives, I will have to address some of the negatives. I did have an issue with AJ throwing those belts. To me, that was extremely disrespectful. Now, there could be a story behind it. I know a lot of people saying in the comments, well, you know, the way after his loss with Ruiz, the rankings, yada yada, he was supposed to have the ring belt in the previous fight, and they refused to do it, but they gave it to Fury, this and the third. Like, I understand that, but nonetheless, AJ's image, right? I think it's beyond his performance. And I kind of feel like he did a disservice, not just to himself, but to the face of boxing. AJ to me was like a positive icon. And in his frustration, like especially at this moment, remember, we're talking about a huge fight, right? During a time of a war between the Ukraine and Russia. And, you know, shout out to Usyk. Usyk beat the bigger man. That's metaphorical, right? And that's inspirational for the Ukrainian people. And then AJ at this moment, and I don't think at the time, I think he was so frustrated, he didn't even realize he had the Ukrainian flag on. That was one. So I was like, AJ, what's going on with you? Right? So they had to tell him, yo, take the flag off. Right? And maybe AJ took that as disrespect. Who knows? Right? But I think a calmer AJ would have realized, yeah, that was disrespectful. And then two, like, you're gonna talk. He's the one who brought it up, not Usyk. AJ brought up the situation with Russia and everything. And AJ clearly didn't do his research, right? So then now he's sounding like a fool. So I'm like, you was that emotional. You already left. You came back, grabbed the mic, and then your attempt of doing like the Rocky IV speech, you just started like rambling. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, what's going on with AJ, bro? Like this is wild, you know? So to me, it was extreme disrespect. And the gentleman around AJ, and this is the difference between a person like me versus a lot of other people. I can't be around a guy that looks like a fool and I'm just rocking with him. I would have to be one of those dudes. I would be the Chisora, but I would be worse than Chisora. I won't let him come back into the ring. Once he leaves, it's it. Like, I understand these guys look at AJ like he's a cash cow. He got cash. I had a clown. Cash cow. He's the face of UK boxing. That was by accident. That wasn't even intentional. It was really a slip of words. But I would be like, yo, my man, I don't think you want to do this right now. You really have to respect yourself at this moment. This moment is bigger than you. Let it go. Right? Now, even I remember when he was coming back and one of the commentators was like, nah, this is a good thing for AJ, you know, like, let's let it all out. And I see that point, but the think about this, right? Remember when we was talking about this is like a story that could be a movie, an actual like Usyk, the motion picture. Bro, now they're gonna violate AJ, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like, they could do AJ worse than they ever did Mike Tyson. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the problem. And I understand, because again, like I was talking before we started the segments, there's a lot of pressure on AJ, right? And you know, it's just too much for a man, right? So I'm not gonna fault AJ for that, because the average man, average woman, you know, doesn't deal with that type of pressure. We don't know what it means to be a heavyweight champion of the world and to lose it all and then have to get it back and have the world, half the world saying, yo, bum, you're not going to beat this guy. This dude's just superior. He's too good. You cannot outbox him, right? And then you have other people that are looking up to you like, come on, champ, you could do it. There's so much pressure on this gentleman. So I understand that, you know, and that's why I was like, salute to Trill for highlighting those issues. But AJ, this moment was bigger than you. You should have just walked away. You know what I mean? That's like, and I understand you're gonna feel like for the rest of your life, you're probably like, nah, I'm happy that I did this, because if I excuse me, if I didn't, then I just want to sleep at night, but it's like, bro, I'd rather see you do that with your fist in that ring for those 12 rounds. You didn't do it. You tried, you failed, it's okay, right? Real boxing fans salute you, right? Although I was Team Wilder, right? I could still show love to AJ. It's all right, man. Even if a person's like, yo, I'm Team Usyk on this one, you can still be like, yo, but salute to AJ. It's all right to say, yo, you know what? I respect more than one fighter. You know what I mean? It's not like people are now gonna throw away or who knows? Maybe there's some fans that say I'm done with AJ after this. Hey, I can't blame them. I would ask them to reconsider, but it is what it is. It's your choice. It's not that serious for AJ to do that outburst, knowing that this moment was a time for the Ukrainian people. I just felt like that was poor, like that was poor performance from a guy like AJ, man. I just felt like AJ is better than that. AJ is smarter than that. He's wiser than that. And he just let his ego just consume him. And I felt like that was poor, man. So I just like to say, man, I feel bad for AJ. This isn't AJ, but nonetheless, he needs to be addressed, and I think he should take some time off from the media. I think he should actually review this. He should analyze it. I think he should sit down with some PR people and see how they could clean this up. Like I'm being honest, man. I'm shocked Eddie allowed this also. And maybe they thought that AJ will garner some sympathy, for this, but I don't know, man. That's a gamble. But me personally, I just think that AJ should apologize to Usyk. He should apologize to the Ukrainian people, and he should just apologize to boxing fans, man. Like, you just don't do that, yo. I just feel like that was poor taste.
I mean,
all right,
it's cool. It's cool. I just feel, man, like AJ is human. AJ is human, man. He's just human, man. And just imagine, I get it. I don't say ego, I say emotions, but I get it, man. I just love the fact, man, that he's a human, man. You ever got into a fight and got punched in your face, man? You're not really gonna be talking too positive afterwards. You know what I'm saying? You gonna, especially even if you wanted something. You know what I'm saying? You gonna be a little crazy. You gotta remember, he got punched in his face.
I'll give you that. However, I'm talking about professional boxers. You're a professional. It's a gentleman's sport. Yeah. Whatever happens in the ring stays in the ring. You know what I mean?
That's true, but we done seen worse atrocities in boxing, like where people after the fight it's chaotic. But this is I don't not to cut y'all off, but go ahead and not go.
No, it's you. It's we cut you off.
Go ahead, Ned.
I'm not gonna that was out of character for AJ, but it's like he's worked his behind off. He's done so much. Even when he was being interviewed, they was like, you've been training for the past 11 months. He was like 11 months. It's been that long, and he's been working his behind off every day. And today, yesterday, he realized it wasn't even enough, and what he's worked so hard for has been stripped away from him. That you could see that reality setting in for him, and you could see the way he was acting out. He was just dealing with so much, and his emotion, it just came through his emotions, and the way he acted, I don't condone it. I've seen worse, but I think he does need time off. I think he needs time away from boxing. He needs time away from the media. He just needs to just be AJ again. He needs just a break from all of this because all that pressure just came down on him like a ton of bricks. So I'm not mad at AJ. I'm not gonna be like, yo, AJ, you were wrong, but AJ, I understand what you're going through. You just gotta focus. It's not over for you. You can always bounce back from this. Your career's not done. You being undisputed champion is not over with. Everything, you just gotta learn how to bounce back and take a little time off.
Oh, can I just say one thing before Caden goes? Ned actually brought an excellent point that I didn't even think about. AJ, it's because of AJ that we can now have Undisputed. He collected 3 out of the 4 belts. You see what I'm saying? And now he just has to hand it over to the next man. So
Put some respect on.
Yeah, exactly. So that's another thing that we got to consider.
And I was never big. I was never an AJ fan, but real is real. You gotta respect real. You know what I'm saying? You gotta respect real. You gotta respect what the young man has done. He made me like him. You know what I'm saying? Now we're gonna hold him one outburst. We're gonna throw him out with my bro. What you say? Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. That's what you said last week, brother.
That's what my guidance counselor used to say.
You know what I'm saying? One outburst. Everybody, oh, he's there. Yeah. That's how we gonna do it, yo. That's how we gonna do it. Y'all so perfect. This is how we gonna do it. All right, I get y'all.
And another thing, we done seen worse. Like box, it's just a regular fight where it's bad blood. This is where this man, everything he has is on the line, and he just lost it. Like some fighters do worse. We get worse acts with certain fighters when they just fighting each other. It's insane. But I'm not gonna knock AJ. I know what he was going through. I just hope he just bounced back from this.
We've seen worse. We've seen people punch people in the face after fights. You know what I'm saying? After decisions, we done seen people knock people out. What do you mean you've seen worse? When? Yeah, I'm trying to tell you. I love this sport. There's been worse things. After decisions, people done went over there and knocked people out after fights. People done got on the mics and disrespected other people in the fighters in there. You know what I'm saying? Even my guy Broner done went crazier than with Joshua did.
We've seen people bite. You just saw Edgar Berlanga bite someone. You saw Mike Tyson bite someone. Then Mike Tyson tried to charge him. Mike Tyson tried to charge Holyfield after he bit him. And he took swipes at security guards at the end of fights. You've seen, listen, man, if you watch the sport, you've seen a lot of bad things in the sport. The thing is, to be honest with you, this is a tough segment to have because I don't want to badmouth or bring up bad things about other people. But I feel like Anthony Joshua was being held to an unfair standard. And I think like some of the underlying issues and reasons people have to ask themselves why. Here's the thing. Did he behave appropriately for my liking? No, he did not. I don't agree with what he did. I wish that he didn't do it. But at the same time, I'm not like, oh, I'm done with Anthony Joshua because he did those things. He did those things, and I understand why he did it. And, you know, for people who are judging Anthony Joshua critically, I say, don't be a hypocrite. So you know how they say, let he without sin cast the first stone. If you never flipped out, then fine. You can sit there and judge Anthony Joshua. Man, I've seen people flip out because they lost a game of Madden, right? And then they flip out. They lost at Scrabble. They flip out, right? You know, people flip out over minor things. And it's only you and the people in the room playing that game. Imagine you lost and millions of people are watching you, right? And so like it's easy to sit on your couch and be like, you know, Anthony Joshua, I lost respect for him. Oh, y'all are making excuses for him. For starters, I'm making excuses for no one. Because as someone who's been watching boxing my whole life, I've seen it all. I've seen Victor Chinyan get knocked out and then say, he didn't knock me out. Just prove it to me that I got knocked out. Like, I done seen it all. And then afterwards, Vic was like, well, let's go again right now. Let's go again right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo.
Yeah, the whole back.
You know, so this stuff happens in boxing. Here's what I would say to you. You have to look at the magnitude of this loss and what it meant for Anthony Joshua to understand. Anthony Joshua was once viewed as a dude who could be like an all-time great, right? Anthony Joshua collected all the belts. Anthony Joshua beat Charles Martin, beat Vladimir Klitschko, you know, beat Joseph Parker, beat these guys to bring the titles together, right? And then there were talks about him fighting Deontay Wilder, which would have been a huge fight, which was going to be the biggest fight in the world at that time. Then he lost to Andy Ruiz. When he lost to Andy Ruiz, it was an embarrassing loss. It was one of those losses where like memes were created because Andy Ruiz is a tubby guy, right? Andy Ruiz is a chubby guy, and Anthony Joshua is just chiseled. Anthony Joshua was built like a statue. So people were making fun of him. It became like a running joke. Mm-hmm. You imagine what it's like to be the butt of jokes, like around the world, millions of people were making fun of you. You understand? But not only that, he lost his belts. So he goes into an immediate rematch, switches his style up, wins the belts back, right? Then his quest to become undisputed now. He could have dropped the belts, but they say you got to fight Alexander Usyk. The world, the first time, didn't even consider Alexander Usyk as a real threat. People were, I remember it was probably like me, Trill, and a few other people who were like, dog, this is a real fight. Like, this is a tough fight. G was making dishes for Usyk. You know what I'm saying? And decided Usyk was Ukrainian soup. You feel me? So, and I remember,
you don't make mistakes, AJ. You know what I'm saying?
What I'm making though is that's how much no one gave Usyk a chance the first fight. So now you're Anthony Joshua taking this fight against a really special fighter who people feel like you should steamroll and not even give him any chance of beating you, and you lose to him. So that psychologically that makes it even worse, because it's like this is the second time you lost to someone the world felt like you should beat. Both times, no one thought Andy Ruiz was as good as he is, and no one thought that Alexander Usyk is as good as he is, right? So he loses to Usyk. He has the rematch. Now, remember, he worked so hard to bring these belts together, but he just signed a new deal with DAZN, which DAZN is in a whole heap of financial trouble. But in this new deal, he left Sky Sports to go to DAZN, right? And then in a nutshell, in a shrewd move, Sky Sports wins the rights to his fight. So now he's fighting on Sky Sports for the last time before he starts his new deal with DAZN. And Sky Sports kind of feels like they won, because Sky Sports is like, we got all AJ's meaningful fights. You can have them now, DAZN. There's a lot on the line for Anthony Joshua, for his career, pursuit of Undisputed, to make the new contract he just signed with DAZN lucrative. He just lost so much money, I don't even understand, on that fight. He has the success of DAZN on his back in that fight. And then he loses a close fight. Now, people debate whatever. I think 116, 112 is a close fight. 116, 112, to me, I think it's a close fight. Someone won 4 rounds, the other person won 8 rounds. It's once you get, but the point is, he felt like he was in that fight. He felt like he should have won that fight. I don't think he won that fight, but he felt like he won that fight. So when they announced that Usyk wins, all this stuff is hitting him. And he has to handle it in real time the way you guys want him to.
Yo, bro, you hit that right on the nail, bro. Cause you never being a kid, man, and you get into a fight and you think you won. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know it. I gotta be like,
right.
Dude got you a couple of times. You like, man, I know it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So now you gotta look at it like this. Man has lost his quest or his chance to fight for Undisputed. Man has just lost millions of dollars, right? On that fight in future endeavors, right? And he feels like it was unjust because he feels like he's won the fight. And y'all want him to just sit there and be the greatest sportsman ever. Some of you will flip out if you lost $5. Some of you will flip out if you lost $50. Y'all want to sit around here and say a man who feels like he just lost his titles, millions, everything. Y'all want him to behave perfectly. Brockton in the building was good. So, like, I don't understand why, like, people looking at AJ and trying to like make him a bad guy. And so I'm going to do this. I didn't want to do this. Tyson Fury's done worse. Has said worse. Tyson Fury has said things to degrade people. All Anthony Joshua did was not react the way you want him to a loss. Tyson Fury has actually made hate speech towards certain groups of people. He's done worse. But guess what? All is forgiven with Tyson Fury, and rightfully so. I like Tyson Fury. I root for Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is my guy. No, people shouldn't have to, run back to Tyson Fury's worst moments to try to bring him down. He's a different dude now. It's a different dude now. Anthony Joshua had a bad moment. Most people are going to have a bad moment. If you live in the public eye long enough, you are going to have bad moments. Imagine everything you do is documented. Everything you do is under the public eye. And the worst thing he did was get mad that he lost a fight. Like I said, people got to stop being hypocrites. Yo, I'm telling you, man, I've lost like games at the park where I was furious and upset, and I didn't shake nobody's hand. I felt like someone called a bad foul and someone cheated and stepped out of bounds. And I said, yo, man, forget y'all. I'm walking out. Ooh, you could be a bad sport. Yo, it happens. It happens. Am I okay with what Anthony Joshua did? No. I'm not okay with it. I wish for his sake that he was a better sport. I wish for, the morale of the Ukrainian people, and also just to make this event what it could have been, he would have done better. But I'm not going to get at him. And lastly, I'm going to close with this. This is what it all boils down to. And you saw it in that moment. When the reporter asked Anthony Joshua, are you proud of yourself? And he couldn't even say, yeah, and he broke down crying. That's the real root of all of this. That's the real root of all of this. He did all that hard work, all that training, and he came up short. And he can't even feel proud of himself. But Anthony Joshua, you should be proud of yourself. You should be proud of yourself because you did your best in a situation where only a handful of people will ever know what it's like to be in that position. One person who knows what it's like to be in that position, Alexander Usyk. And then all unfolded in front of Alexander Usyk, and he was as cool as a cucumber. Alexander Usyk the whole time knew what he was witnessing. He could have brought the smoke. He could have been like, yo, give me my mic, AJ. This is my time or whatever. He knew what he was witnessing. Alexander Usyk was like, yo, chill, whatever. You think Alexander Usyk wanted to go along with hip, hip, hooray? He didn't want to go through with that. But Usyk was like, yo, this man need to get his feelings out. I understand what he's going through. And Usyk said this, and you can look this up. He said, I have nothing but respect for Anthony Joshua. That's what he said. He knows, man. Sometimes, like the man in the arena, they always say the man in the arena, like you can't hold this dude to such a high standard when and then you flip out over $50. Anyways, like I said, Usyk, Anthony Joshua, two great men. Anthony Joshua didn't represent himself in the best light, but he's still the dude who's put on for years. I still got respect for him, and I'm not going to let this be some deciding factor in how I feel about Anthony Joshua.
Hold on. Before we go to the next segment, hold on. Before we go to the next segment, yo, people, I'm trying to show love by showing all these comments, man, but these are a lot of comments, so I'm already getting tired. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'll randomly just pick random comments here and there, but I gotta take a break. My finger all cramping up. You know what I'm saying? So,
Geez, She got carpal tunnel.
Yeah, comments, bro. I'm like, and it's hard for me because I gotta make sure no one says anything outrageous in the comments. So I gotta quickly read it.
Yo, shout out to you though.
I'm like, that's too much. You know what I mean?
To the people in the comment section, man, you gotta understand this, man. Somebody said something about, would I be still saying it if Usyk did it? Yeah, I'll be saying it if Usyk expressed the same emotions the same way. Why wouldn't I? I'm not a racist. I'm not a bigot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get that. Then everybody talking about, with y'all supporting Ukraine and what they doing to this, people like that. Yo, fam, like, we're talking boxing. I'm not a racist, bro. I have biracial children. Like, y'all gotta chill with that. I speak what's real and what comes out of my heart. I don't tap dance for nobody, man. I don't got no agenda, no hidden agenda. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see my face. I'm a black man, but I got love for everybody. Get that hate out your heart. Let's talk boxing.
Yeah. All right. So what's next? Oh, what's next? Next topic. What's next for AJ? You know what I mean?
So now we're gonna figure out what's next for AJ. He's not gonna be a part of the Undisputed fight, it looks like, and so now he has to regroup. What does he need to do to regroup? So let's see. What's next for Anthony Joshua, Conspiracy?
All right, man. Listen, man. I got a game plan for AJ. And the name is Deontay Wilder, but not right now. Obviously, you know, Wilder's about to do his little tune-up. I think AJ should do a little tune-up. You know, be honest, if Chisora doesn't want Zhang, I think AJ should do it in China, you know, in front of 100 million. Oh, it was 100,000 people or something crazy. Bro, that's just an easy bag. Knock this dude out, you know. like I don't know. It's just he looks like a threat. You know what I mean? He's a big dude, but we know AJ has the skills to just take him out. That's easy money right there. So, and because I think AJ's in a situation where it's almost similar to Wilder. He can't take like real basic fights anymore because it's too expensive to finance these fights. You know, networks aren't willing to pay for certain things. You know, there's so much money involved with a guy like AJ that the guy has to be top 10, visible, has to have, you know, a market base, this and the third. And Zhang actually has that. And he's free food out here, you know. So, you know, it's like eating General Gao's chicken. So AJ, fight him, get a bag, you good. And I'm telling y'all, Wilder versus AJ is still a humongous fight. So AJ is not over. You're still a star. You can still make a lot of money for the zone. Like there's fights out there for AJ, man. Like George Joyce is still a humongous fight with AJ. Trying to think of other fights that people will be willing to see. You know, those obviously AJ with Tyson Fury, but I don't know. Tyson Fury right now is going through legal troubles, but whenever Tyson Fury gets back in the ring, that versus AJ is going to still be huge with the belts or without the belts. Maybe Tyson Fury becomes undisputed, right? And then AJ fights Tyson Fury for that opportunity. Who knows? But AJ still has options. I think right now, AJ should kind of like find a way to apologize to Usyk. I honestly think he should do that, right? Now I know certain people like he doesn't have to do that. Man, forget y'all. I do think as a man, when you do things that's out of character, you owe it to the people to apologize to them. And I think AJ owes it to his fans, to Usyk, and to the Ukrainian people that was poor behavior, poor performance, you know, and a gentleman should always carry himself as a gentleman. Best performance of duty at all times. He was still on the clock. He was doing it for his career, his occupation. He owes those people an apology. He should focus on that first. Then focus on finding his identity as a boxer. I don't know what's going on with AJ, man. Like, you know, the strength versus skill. Yo, man, listen, bro. You 6'6", man. You got muscles, bro. Be a bully. You know, it's okay. Use your God-given talent to dominate other men in the ring. It's okay. Stop trying to be something that you're not. I need you to activate that inner killer instinct. You know what I mean? And I think once he actually finds himself, he's going to be a major threat. He's still a major threat. But I think the old AJ, his old spirit needs to come back. I don't know if it's because of that fear of being knocked out and the Ruiz situation caused him problems. Oh, somebody said AJ versus Ruiz 3. Maybe, but
if he beats
why not?
Ortiz.
Yeah. When he beats Ruiz, I mean not Ruiz, King Kong Ortiz. Hey, maybe it's possible. That's it. Nonetheless, the zone has options for AJ. We're pretty much saying AJ is not over, bro. Like the zone could still work with you, and I know for a fact the zone will make a huge return on investment if they keep negotiate that Wilder AJ fight. Let's just keep it real. If the zone could get that fight, man, they Gucci, man. Everybody still will want to see that fight. So it's not over for AJ. But I know AJ really wanted those belts, and I still don't think it's over for AJ. He still has an opportunity for Undisputed. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, Hergovich has a chance. You know, Hergovich is like the mandatory slot for one of those belts. You think Hergovich ain't gonna fight AJ? If Eddie goes, yo, Hergovich, we'll give you the AJ fight right now. What's good? He's gonna take that fight and he's gonna get murdered. You know what I mean? What country you from again? Kazakhstan?
Croatia, right?
Croatia. We about to eat Croatia's finest dish that day. You know what I mean? So all AJ got to do is be like, yo, make it happen, Eddie. Yo, and then AJ's back in it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's not hard for AJ to cut the line to get an opportunity for all the belts. Just like it's not hard for Wilder to cut the line. Like these governing bodies will work with these guys because these guys generate so much money for them. It'd be foolish for them to just disown AJ. They're not gonna do that. So AJ, you're good. You know, like you did embarrass yourself. So you're gonna have to connect with a PR team to kind of smooth things over, you know. But here in the US, I don't really think we care like that about that outburst. So I think you're fine in the States. The UK is a little different, and you know, obviously Ukraine's gonna look at you side-eyed. So you got to figure this out, but it's not over for AJ, man. He got this.
All right, Dollar Bill.
I don't even think they care like that in the Ukraine, man. Nobody's looking at it like that, like it's so deep, man, that AJ got to go on an apologetic tour, man. I just think that the brother needs to rest. You know what I'm saying? Rest. I will honestly, let's have a human section for a second. You know what I'm saying? I wish, you know what I'm saying, that he had us. That's what I honestly wish. I wish he had us. Does AJ got a nice woman in his life?
Mm-hmm.
Does he? Because a good woman, you know what I'm saying, will help you in these moments. You know what I'm saying? If you had a good woman. I just think, man, he need to be around some love. Get away from boxing, take a break, and be around some love and get his mind right. You know what I'm saying? Being around all these people all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think that's what's next for AJ. I think that's what would be next for AJ is some rest and getting away from social media, like bro was saying earlier, and chilling. He's been doing too much. You know what I'm saying? So,
yo, I'm just saying hates AJ, bro. Yo, what's up with you, bro? Why you need to figure out what that's about. In the comment section, I'm just saying. All right.
Yeah. Nah, that's just all I feel. Be around. So that's what's next for AJ. He need to rest, man. I don't want to hear about him fighting nobody, man. I just want him to get his mental right. You know what I mean? Because these people, these people don't care, man. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? One minute they love you, next minute they don't. You don't get your mental right. You see, at one people they loved you a second ago. The same people I see in this comment section, they loved you. Now you're lost and you had one little outburst. Now they ready to throw you to the lions.
Oh, you know, they love you when you're up, kick you when you're down.
That's what I'm seeing. I can't believe some of the audacity of some of these people. You know what I'm saying? Y'all was once went at us for this, and now y'all just ready to throw them away, man. Yeah, man. Nah. Go ahead and get your mind right. Go get your mind right.
All right, TV.
Yeah, for real. You know that for real, little Jacob. You know I ain't lying.
Nah, I think AJ just needs some time off, yo. Take a year and a half off, even maybe 2. Just like relax. You put
Oh,
yourself.
you can take 2 years off.
He put himself through the fire just now, yo. With everything going on, I just say take some time off, relax. You just trained your body to its peak just now. We just seen it at its peak. Like you lost a lot of weight. You went 12 rounds. You went 12 long rounds. You were exhausted at the end of that fight last night. You put your heart on your shield. You put your heart on your sleeve and you fought. So I just say take some time off from boxing. Take whatever time you need. You're young. You did so much. You accomplished so much. Right now, you just don't need to just put yourself right back into all that stress. I just think you need to relax. Take a mental health day. Take a mental health year. Travel. Spend time with your kids. If you I don't know what your situation is. If you're married, single, got a girl at home, just spend time with them. Spend time around your family. Enjoy time with your loved ones. And then come back when you're ready. No rush. Nothing too crazy for you, man. It's just been an intense year. We see what the sport does to people, and maybe get your head checked out, talk to a shrink, go through therapy. See what you need to do. Just if it's still in you, but you've done a lot, yo. You're still one of the greats of our era, and I know just relax, yo. Don't rush it.
Put Jose Rodriguez up for a second. His comment.
This
says,
one?
Yeah, he says, I told Caden that AJ wasn't the one before he fought Ruiz. So I love this. AJ's not the one. So you're judging it based on his fights with Usyk. Last time I checked, Usyk's undefeated. Tyson Fury hasn't beaten Usyk. Deontay Wilder hasn't beaten Usyk. You can speculate that they'll beat Usyk, but they'd have to beat Usyk, right? AJ's lost to 2 guys who are top level quality that neither Deontay Wilder nor Tyson Fury has beaten. And neither Deontay Wilder nor Tyson Fury have beaten Anthony Joshua. So again, I don't know how you can sit here confident saying that you told me before the Ruiz fight that AJ wasn't the one. And we don't know who the one is. That's the whole problem with the way the heavyweight division is set up right now. So
we're getting close, though. We're getting close.
We're getting close, but even still, right? You never really know. But respect to you, Jose Rodriguez. All right, you can take him down. Answering this question though, what's next for Anthony Joshua? What Anthony Joshua needs to do is he needs to reassess what's important to him, because at this particular point in time, his goal was to become undisputed, and it looks like that's not going to happen the way he thought it would. I mean, there's still a chance it can happen. Say, for example, Tyson Fury beats Usyk, becomes undisputed, and then he decides to fight Anthony Joshua. If you're Anthony Joshua, if you're Deontay Wilder, what you have, right, that in your favor is you're a big name in the heavyweight division, one of the biggest names in the heavyweight division. So people could always make a big fight with you, right? So although Tyson Fury had a trilogy with Deontay Wilder, if Usyk becomes undisputed, Deontay Wilder would be a good fight for him to make because it would make money, right? And same goes for Anthony Joshua if Tyson Fury was to become undisputed. So in that sense, if you're Anthony Joshua, you just want to continue to improve and hope that you get a shot later on down the line. But what's next for him, I think, is to find an identity. I think, you hear him say certain things and then he contradicts it later. Like, for example, I saw an interview on DAZN where he said, oh, I don't care what the people say. They can't do what I do. And he was talking about like YouTube channels and people who criticize him. And then immediately after he lost to Usyk, he grabbed the mic and they said, "Oh, well, you don't throw combinations like Rocky Marciano. That's because I'm not 14 stone." You just said you don't care what people say. You just said they can't do what you do. So which one is it? Like, find your identity. I think the one you should be is the guy who doesn't care what other people say. Why do you care about what other people say when you're doing something that they don't do? When you're doing something that they can't do, right? People have the right to critique what you do, and everyone's assessment of AJ isn't incorrect, or everyone who has an opinion about Anthony Joshua, they're not coming from a place of hate. Some of the things that people say are true and are valid, but some of the things people say are just ridiculous and coming from a place of hate. So my thing is, if you're AJ, you really need to find an identity, right? And your identity needs to be, I think, that you're gonna do your best and live with the results. That's what my identity is like in everything I do. Like my bros, I'm just going to prepare, work hard, and live with the results, because that's really all you can do at the end of the day. Katie, I truly respect y'all to the utmost. I'm just speaking on the sweet science aspects. I never said it was any disrespect, brother. Listen. That's not how.
Trust me, we got people in the comments that are disrespectful. I done had to ban a few, so I'm just saying.
We I get it. Now nobody we don't we're not saying
like
that.
It's you and us. We just kicking it like it's you and us. No disrespect. We respect y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, in the end, I think for AJ, like G saying, when G says, "Oh, I need Mr. Olympia AJ and not this AJ," what we need is, and I think what AJ needs to figure out is, I am this guy, this is me, because I feel like he's trying to do so much that he's confusing himself. He's trying to do so much that, like, he doesn't know what he's supposed to do in certain moments. But what's next, I think, probably is a solid, decent tune-up fight. Get the confidence back, because he's coming off of 2 losses. So you want to give him a solid, decent tune-up fight, and then go from there.
Yo, you know who they should give him? Big Baby Miller. I'm just saying, bring back Big Pharma, because Big Pharma's would cause all of these problems. I'm just saying, man. Listen, man. Give him free food.
They should give him Lovejoy. That's who I'm going.
Nah, Lovejoy ain't gonna do nothing for him. Give him the guy that caused all of this for AJ's career. That would be good, because they could sell that on the zone. It'll be a huge fight. And honestly, AJ should come back to New York for that fight. Like, make it happen, man. Like, redeem yourself, man. Like, and try to be more visible here in the US. I think AJ got great options, man. That's all I'm gonna say. But next up, will AJ become 3-time heavyweight champion? Oh man. Now you see, just when we were all on the same page, man.
All right. We're actually gonna start this one off.
We were rocking together, showing solidarity
with Ned the TVE.
The back.
He will become champion again, but not 3-time heavyweight. Well, if he gets another belt? Yes, he'll become 3-time champion. I'm thinking in a sense he'll get all his 3 belts back, but no. Sorry, y'all. My bad.
Netables is out now, gentlemen. You know what I mean?
Like, champion, yes, I think he will. Once I see once if Fury wins Undisputed or beats Usyk, I feel he's not gonna go. He's gonna retire once he completes that feat, and all the belts will be out there again. And I think AJ, the opportunity to be right there for AJ to become champion again, and even go back on that. I don't know if he would want to put himself through all that stress to maintain all the belts again, but I think he would be champion and be able to hold the title one more time in his career.
I'm going to G.
Yeah, listen. All right. Yes, and let me explain. Once Usyk or Fury becomes undisputed, you already know they're gonna relinquish them belts. And then what it means is it's up for grabs. AJ literally has one of the biggest boxing promoters backing him. They're gonna give him that opportunity, just like Wilder's gonna get that opportunity because he signed to Al Heyman. You know what I mean? Like, trust me, those two gentlemen are gonna become champions again. It's gonna be easy for them. They're gonna set it up in a way where it's gonna be easy money, just like the WBC is already setting up for Wilder right now. Bro, I'm telling you, one of these governing bodies is gonna set it up where AJ, we're gonna get you back. Don't worry. With the exception of the black belt that AJ threw in the trash. They done with AJ.
WBA.
WBA done with AJ, but maybe like the IBA, IBF, one of them little things. AJ is gonna get an opportunity again. It's just gonna have to be after Undisputed. So after Usyk and Fury get it on, then I think AJ has that opportunity. But as of right now, he's just gonna have to wait. But again, he could just do a lot of good fights right now that's going to generate a lot of money, but no belts need to be involved. And honestly, I'm being real, man. I don't really care like that for all of those belts. I just want to see the best fight the best. Wilder and AJ need to get it on. Tyson Fury and Usyk need to get it on. Those two gentlemen need to become undisputed. And then maybe whoever gets undisputed can fight the winner of AJ and Wilder. Like, come on, man. The AJ, you have opportunities to become heavyweight champion again. You even have an opportunity to still become undisputed. But we just know any gentleman that actually becomes undisputed, they're not going to maintain that status forever. It's too hard to maintain mandatories for 4 governing bodies. So they're going to give it up. Tyson Fury's definitely going to relinquish all those belts. So we better hope Usyk becomes undisputed, because I can see Usyk trying to maintain that for a little bit, but let's just be real. That's just too difficult for any man. So AJ could definitely become a 3-time heavyweight champion again once those belts get dispersed like the Infinity Stones.
All right, Dollar Bill.
You on mute.
Mute.
Trill, you on mute.
Oh, my B. You know what's so crazy? I'm with you, G, because I know for a fact the only fight Usyk want is with Tyson Fury. If he's not fighting Tyson Fury, he's not fighting again. He's not fighting anymore. You know what I'm saying? So once he gets this belt, I feel like Usyk will retire and he's going to become some type of political something over there where he's from. That's what I think is. And then the belts will be dispersed and AJ will be able to collect some of them. I don't know if it's all 3, but he'll be able to collect some of them because, like you said, Eddie, you know what I'm saying? Eddie pull out that checkbook, you know what I mean? He can get those belts back easy, you know what I'm saying? So I can see him being champion again because once Usyk if he becomes undisputed, I know he's gonna retire. And the same for Tyson Fury. If he gets all the belts, he's gonna retire too. And all them belts are gonna go up in the air.
Yeah, I think if Usyk and Fury fight each other and become undisputed, at some point they're going to vacate belts. That's just the way it is because they're not going to want to have to keep fighting mandatories and deal with the stress it takes to keep all those belts. So at that point, the belts will be vacated, in which case he will get an opportunity to become 3-time champion. And unless he's fighting Usyk, Fury, possibly, I think that he will be able to become champion again. I do think, though, based on his career and what took place, him becoming 3-time heavyweight champion is going to be very important for his legacy. So, like, he may not be able to become undisputed, but becoming 3-time heavyweight champion is going to be like his Hall of Fame noteworthy kind of accomplishment. So I think that becoming 3-time heavyweight champion is going to become very important to Anthony Joshua's legacy. So for that reason, I think it will happen again. It will happen, and he will become 3-time heavyweight champion at some point.
Sorry, there's so many comments, but I'm just going to let's just go to the next topic. You know what I'm saying? Is Usyk the best pound for pound fighter in the world? Hey, hold on. somebody did right, yo. Is this just like an AJ episode? Y'all gonna show love to Usyk? I didn't show it because I was like, you're hating, but here you go, voila. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
I mean, Usyk was Usyk. AJ did some uncharacteristic,
Exactly.
unconventional type of things at the end of that fight. So that's what we're talking about it. But now we're talking about Usyk. And is Usyk the best pound for pound fighter in the world? I'm going to turn it over to Trill Dollar Bill.
Yes, I rock with Usyk. I rock with him heavy. I remember when I was giving everybody else, I've said in that fight, the first fight, I said, yo, if Anthony Joshua can beat Alexander Usyk, and I went on to display on how great Alexander Usyk was, it made me feel a little weird because I was giving him so much props. You know what I'm saying? Usually I talk about myself like that, you know? But I had to go and celebrate the homie Usyk. You know what I'm saying? Saying how great he was and how special he was and everything else. Because Usyk is all that and above. You know what I mean? Like, he showed you in cruiserweight and he's showing you in the heavyweight division. Like, I went back and forth with my bros to this day, right? They still talk about this Derek Chisora and how they gave him a tough time. I didn't see that. I didn't see that. I see my man Usyk doing his thing and I was pleased. I just seen Usyk every time coming out here and showing improving and showing a good skill since he came into the heavyweight division. The only fight I didn't like was the Witherspoon fight. But other than that, he showed that he's a force to be reckoned with. Look, AJ, big guy, tough guy. You're seeing what Usyk is doing in here. You see what he's doing to these guys right here. I'm gonna say he's the best, right? And I dare somebody to say something about Tyson Fury. I know everybody likes Tyson Fury. I like Tyson Fury too, right? Yeah, everybody love the love handle champion. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I do too. And everybody talk about, oh, Tyson Fury can beat him. How you gonna say that? Y'all said everybody else could beat him. Y'all said everybody else could beat him, and he still keeps beating their butts down. Pound for pound, that's basically, it's something how you feel. It's objective. You know? Everybody else can have their own pound for pound, but is he a pound for pound? Yes, he is. He's doing all these amazing things. Who else? Who else is being undisputed and winning, is going up to another weight class and is beating the top guy there and grabbing all these belts and is trying to go and be undisputed again in another division? That's him. He's about to do that twice. People say, oh, Fury's bigger. He's going to hold him. That style is dead and gone. That hitting holding is dead and gone. I bet you he gets some points taken away from holding. We know the game now. He's going to be sitting around. I'm all in on Usyk. He's going to be sitting there trying to catch him, and Usyk's going to be right here making them pay, making them miss, making them pay. I'm all in on Usyk, man. Shout out to Alexander Usyk because he's proven it's more to boxing than just size. Take some skill too. Yeah, I always want to go with the bigger guy. The bigger guys keep losing. He's showing that this, you know what I'm saying, that you can get it in.
Usyk's a pretty big guy himself. Just throwing that out there. Usyk's not a little guy. Usyk's 6'4", 230 pounds.
Exactly. But compared to these other guys, he's considered a little guy compared to these guys.
But that at some point, too much size goes against you. At some point,
he's whooping him. He's whooping him. This is what's gonna happen. He's gonna try to hold him, and he's gonna get some points taken away, and he's gonna get some uppercuts, and it's gonna be a whole different. It's not gonna be what y'all thought it was. He's gonna dance around him. You see the dance steps. Y'all keep dissing him. Oh no, he can't do it. He keeps showing and proving. The proof is in the pudding. You know what I'm saying? My guy, listen, hey, shout out to Usyk. Usyk is definitely on there, pound for pound. You know, yeah. Forget how you're feeling. This is how I'm feeling.
All right, Spirit G.
Jumping out the window for Usyk.
Hey, man, to be honest, I'm going to say, I already said this before. that I got Usyk number 1 on my pound for pound list. And the reason why is because he came up from a lower weight class, so he was undisputed at cruiserweight, and he's one of the dominant figures of the heavyweight division. And on top of that, he's a heavyweight now. He's like, he's developed himself into an actually legitimate heavyweight, right? But in the era of giants like AJ, Wilder, and Fury, he's beating the bigger men, you know what I mean? Or the attempt to beat the bigger men, And so his record he's the dominant face of the cruiserweight division, and now he's arguably the best heavyweight, the unified champ at heavyweight. He has an excellent argument. Now, the only issue is, and which I do have an issue with this, is like, I understand they made the pound for pound list to highlight the lower weight divisions, but the conversation has evolved beyond that now. So yeah, and I wouldn't put Fury because Fury's only at heavyweight, and Fury's like humongous, so he's kind of like the cheat code of the pound for pound list. So I wouldn't put that.
He's at the top of the list.
So it's not
the biggest you can be.
But Usyk, when you look at it from like skill wise, the skills that he possessed, the movement that he does, you only see in the lighter divisions. You don't see that in heavyweights. Like a lot of heavyweights, man, they're just stationary. A lot of these dudes don't even necessarily have skill. Like think about it. Anthony Joshua and a Deontay Wilder could be the dominant faces of the heavyweight division. Why? Because it's not necessarily about skill in the heavyweight division. It's more about size. You know what I mean? Like, as long as you have power, you could actually be built to become a heavyweight champion. That's pretty difficult in the lighter weight divisions. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna have to have more than just power, because power is relative. You could have power in those lighter weight divisions, but your power isn't the equivalent of heavyweights. You get what I'm saying? So you're gonna have to have a level of skill, speed, timing, footwork that you may not have to have in the heavyweight divisions. So Usyk actually provides those skills. So that's why you could make an argument for Alexander Usyk being pound for pound right now. You know what I mean? And again, I don't need to see Usyk fight Fury to give him pound for pound right now, because I feel like Tyson Fury is, the biggest guy you can have. So, but if he beats Tyson Fury, I'm gonna say Alexander Usyk just beat a super heavyweight. So to me, it's like, man, you gotta just acknowledge the greatness of Alexander Usyk. And again, I forgot what Ned said the other day. I'm riding Usyk. I'm not doing that.
You're parading around.
I'm parading around Alexander Usyk. I'm not bandwagoning Alexander Usyk. You know what I mean? It's just I could acknowledge when a dude beats a guy that's like up there, you gotta put him up there. Like, just like if remember, there was a time where I had Canelo as number 1 pound for pound, but Canelo did lose to Bivol. So as much as Canelo has done for the sport, I still got to rank you down a little bit. You just lost. You know what I'm saying? So Usyk is still undefeated, and Usyk has been dominant so far in 2 weight divisions. I don't know. That's it's kind of an easy argument right there.
TBE.
Ravenous. I went first that last topic, so you probably missed out on it. I wasn't that long either. But is Usyk top of 5? I believe so.
That's what she said. My son's used to that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man. Cut it out, man. Cut it out. Keep my personal life off the live stream. Now, I feel like all that Usyk's accomplished in boxing, like, yes, I think he's number 1 pound for pound, and everybody's saying he's ever. But Usyk came from cruiserweight, and I didn't even give Usyk his respect when he came to the heavyweight division. I was just like, G, calling me Ukrainian soup. I didn't think he had it. I thought Chisora would have like give him some problem. Even though I felt Usyk would have won, I thought Chisora was going to give him some problem. And you know, he watched that fight, I felt like Usyk was mostly not running, but staying out of the danger zone. And then the Chaz Witherspoon fight wasn't even that impressive, but what he's shown with age, it was like he's here. He can take his punches. Like I didn't think he had a chin like that. His chin was built like that, but he shows that he can hang with the big boys, and he has skill. His skill can outclass the big boys here in this division. So yes, Usyk has shown he is number one pound for pound. I don't care what people may say. Fury's like he hasn't beat Fury yet, but Fury hasn't beat Usyk yet. So I don't think it's gonna be as easy as G was saying earlier.
Man, watch your mouth. Fury's gonna run over Usyk easy, bro. I'm trying to be nice. You know what I'm saying? Like,
is that a topic? Why are we talking? Is that a topic?
Hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah,
we got a few Tyson Fury ones. So
yeah, it is. It's a topic. We see Fury first.
We're trying to give Usyk respect today, but come on.
I feel like Usyk is
the truth about to come out. You know what I'm saying?
Watching that. We're watching a living legend at the moment. So like, let's give Usyk his praises and his flowers. You know, he's a real warrior.
Is he number one pound for pound? I had him number one pound for pound going into this fight, so he's number one pound for pound. I think with Canelo losing to Bivol, and his second victory over Anthony Joshua, that puts him at number one pound for pound at this particular point in time. For me, the question is, where does Usyk rate on the all-time great list? That's where I'm at with Usyk. I think his victory over Anthony Joshua in his 20th fight to beat the reigning heavyweight champion twice, to have, you know, he has 3 major titles at heavyweight, former undisputed at cruiserweight. I think we're talking about a guy who's doing things we haven't seen before, and people need to acknowledge that, like how quickly he's doing it, what he's accomplishing, his skill set. It's, you know, it's fascinating to see. You know, Anthony Joshua did all he could do. He just couldn't beat Usyk. And you know, you hear things about Usyk, for example, like, oh, but he doesn't have power. Well, something kept Anthony Joshua off of him in that 10th round, because Anthony Joshua sure was going for the kill in that 9th round. But in that 10th round, when Usyk came, like, let's do this, AJ didn't seem interested in doing too much. And so when AJ said to him, "You're not strong," well, I don't know. He looked strong enough in that 10th round. So again, I think Usyk is number one pound for pound, based on, you know, his accomplishments, based on his 2 victories over AJ. The only person you could even put over him, in my opinion, would be Canelo, and he's coming off a loss. So I think that's what catapults Usyk over Canelo Alvarez. At this point, he's number one pound for pound. For me, the real question is, like I said, where does he rate on the all-time great list? Because I think he's already solidified himself as being an all-time great.
Yeah, no, Little Jacob had an excellent point, man. If he could speak English, yo, his personality, his character would be like, man, he'd be through the roof, man. Just that's the only thing that's holding him back. He doesn't speak English. You know, at least here in the States, that's why Usyk is in a household name. You know,
my man Ravenous said, "Please explain pound for pound. I'm new to boxing, yo. It's just objective, yo. It's a fake list, man. It's just people's opinions. It's like
no, go ahead.
You going to say? Yeah,
I'm just saying from my perspective that it's a list that if you compared each individual from each weight class, right, comparing their skills, who would be like the best, you know? So like looking at it from the smallest, what's maybe the bantamweight is like the smallest, to like the heavyweight division, right? Like, and comparing skills, who are the top 10 fighters, right? When you're looking at skills, so and the criteria,
if they that can go to under division and win. That's what a pound for pound was supposed to stand.
So if they were all the same weight class, Alexander Usyk and let's say Floyd Mayweather were both, let's say, middleweights, who will win? You see what I'm saying? So it's all about who has the best skill, So, and the reason why a lot of people propel Canelo on top of the list is because he's a multi-division champion. You know what I mean? So he is proven that at different weight classes he was victorious. So that matters to a lot of people. So that's like the argument that people would make for what's his name? Not Earl Spence. Oh man, why I got a brain freeze? Usyk's one of them. Damn, I'm getting a brain freeze. This is crazy. Usyk, Canelo, TC, Terrence Crawford. Like guys who have won multiple weight divisions, and it's like how they win. You go like, what? Wow, that's pretty impressive. I think if they move up to welterweight, super whatever, you're gonna be like, they're definitely gonna take out the current champions. And that's how you kind of get pound for pound. And again, remember, it was because they wanted to market the smaller weight divisions because the average fan just wanted to see heavyweights. But other divisions have great talents that need to be showcased. So the pound for pound list was to showcase the lower divisions.
It was for Sugar Ray Robinson. That's why they made that pound for pound list.
Exactly. Yeah. To highlight lower weight divisions and show how spectacular those divisions are. Because you can't always just say only the heavyweights, only the heavyweights, only the heavyweights. When these other divisions, they need some shine too, and they need some money. So the pound for pound, I was always for it, and I'm actually kind of against heavyweights being on the list because I do see the issue with having heavyweights on the list. But it's a little different if we have guys like Holyfield and guys like Usyk that are now moving up within the divisions, taking over. And to my colleague's credit, Caden made an excellent point. And this was like months ago when he made an argument for a guy like Deontay Wilder, right? And he said that Deontay Wilder is fighting dudes that are like, but it wasn't to advocate for Wilder, but it was an argument against, I think it was Trill actually. And Caden said Deontay Wilder is fighting guys like 50 pounds heavier than him, and we don't use that as any excuses, right? So when you think about that, it's like, so then why can't a Deontay Wilder possibly get on the pound for pound list? Now, I'm not saying Deontay Wilder deserves to be on the pound for pound before somebody starts saying, oh, you're a Wilder. I'm using the fact that Wilder is so smaller in comparison to other heavyweights, and he's going up against guys that are like 20 pounds, 50 pounds, 30-pound differences that these guys in the lower weight divisions don't even face. You get what I'm saying? So, now, so that's why I'm like, there's an argument for heavyweights being on the pound for pound list. I hope that answers Ravenous's question.
Yeah, there's something I want to show real quick because I just saw it and I feel like we're talking about Usyk being on the pound for pound list. It's a video of Usyk responding to how Joshua acted after the fight. This is from Beyond the Gloves. Subscribe to Beyond the Gloves.
Tonight, Radio Raheem. Joshua had quite a bit to say to you and to the crowd in the ring after the fight. How did that make you feel, and what do you say in response to what Joshua had to say after the fight in the ring?
Go. Come on. Thank you. Thank you, Fred. Thank you.
Exactly, Chris. I agree.
Він емоції. Це нормально, з ним треба поспілкуватися. I didn't feel much at the time when he was a bit frustrated. Just common emotions. It's all good. We need to just communicate a little bit.
No, I mean what he said in the ring, not during the fight, but after the fight. Joshua said a lot to Usyk and to the crowd about Usyk and Usyk's victory. I'm asking for his response to that.
You want his response to that?
Yes.
Okay.
I swear to goodness, I'm gonna be mad if Usyk actually knows how to speak English. That'd be
He
crazy.
does know how to speak English. They be playing with him.
А я не хочу бути гордим. Я хочу бути смиренним. І я працюю над цим.
The good things
I heard
that
him
he
speak
said about
English.
me is something that I accept, but I don't accept it too deep to my heart because I want to stay a humble person. I don't want my pride inside to grow bigger. That's something like that. So I don't believe in good words. But
Я не хочу бути гордим.
I don't want to be proud.
Бути смиренним. Я над цим працюю. Гординя вбиває. Хто себе перевищує, того Господь знизить. А хто себе знижає, того Господь вверх.
The one who brings himself up, the Lord will come down. The one who stays down, the Lord will bring him up. Що ти думаєш про Джошуа як чоловіка?
Ні, у мене до нього
From Usyk.
Uh,
Usyk.
what Usyk had to say.
He don't be on his polo. He don't be on his polo. You know what I'm saying? He keep it in the middle. You know what I'm saying? What I mean by polo, he don't be on his high horse. You know, like he's very humble. So he appreciated the things that Anthony Joshua was saying. Everybody else tripping.
All right. So if there's nothing else to add to this,
you want to go to the next topic?
Yeah, someone said time for a new translator.
Man, I was like, God.
Oh, I set this up. The Gypsy King, he made some tweets, or I should say some posts after the fight. And so what we're asking is Tyson Fury announcing his return shortly after announcing his retirement? Let's take a look.
Is it muted?
I don't know. Yeah, it's muted. I gotta unmute it. Here we go.
Oh, Tyson Fury! Oh, Tyson Fury! Slinks! Come on, you big slink! Get it done! Be honest with you guys, after watching that, the both of them was shite. It was one of the worstest heavyweight title fights I have ever seen. It was bullshit. Come on! I would annihilate both of them on the same night. Fucking shite. Get your fucking checkbook out, because the Gypsy King is here to stay forever!
I agree with him. Yeah, I'm not even playing, man.
Yo, Tyson Fury is so funny, man.
You agree with?
I agree with that.
We're gonna get into that. Hold on.
We all gonna be arguing on this one.
It is what it is.
It's crazy how G jump ship.
Wait, let's just all right, yo, can we get through these videos first? All right. Meg can't wait to attack G. All right, here we go.
Hi guys, Tyson Fury, aka the Gypsy King. I've just seen Joshua lose for the second time to Usyk out of his depth. However, England has been relieved of its belts yet again, as usual. But there is a remedy and a solution that I can suggest. If you want those belts back, then send in the Gypsy Barbarian of England. Come on! Send me in. I will relieve the Ukrainian Dosser of his belts like I did the last Ukrainian Dosser. But it's not going to be cheap. If you want the best, then you're going to pay. It's going to be very expensive. So get your fucking checkbook out, and I will relieve that Ukrainian Dosser of them belts. You know.
He's special.
All right, so that's what Tyson Fury had to say. All right, so now which brings to the question: did Tyson Fury just announce his return to boxing? I'm gonna turn it over to Conspiracy.
I believe so. When I was watching the fight, I was just like, yo, Tyson Fury gonna violate both these fellas. I'm being honest, like it's just listen, and I'm not a fan of Tyson Fury, but what I've seen Tyson Fury do in his last maybe 5 fights, I can't deny that Tyson Fury has the skill sets to violate Usyk. Like the stuff that Usyk does to AJ, I don't even think he could pull that off against a Deontay Wilder, So Usyk's gonna have a hard time with a Tyson Fury, he has way more reach and he's way taller than Anthony Joshua. And not to mention, Tyson Fury will go for the knockout. Tyson Fury will not be afraid of Alexander Usyk pillow fisting him. That's the difference. AJ was allowing this guy to do combinations with pity pats. You think Tyson Fury is going to allow him to do that? Hell to the no. You get what I'm saying? So Usyk is going to have if Usyk could beat Tyson Fury, he's literally the greatest of our era, for real. I will give him immense credit on this channel. I just don't see it. In the past, I was like, Usyk was Ukrainian super for AJ. I was definitely wrong on that. I'm telling y'all this right now. You know what I'm saying? He is Ukrainian soup for Tyson Fury. It ain't even gonna be a hearty bowl. It's gonna be a simple bowl. You know what I mean? He's gonna have to show AJ how it's done, man. I'm being honest. Yo, AJ, man, oh my God, bro. Listen here. Tyson Fury is just too big, too skilled. He moves around. You see how Usyk moves around? Tyson Fury can do the same thing.
Is crazy.
But this is the difference. Tyson Fury has way better reach. You know what I'm saying? And Tyson Fury is known for going for the kill. Anthony Joshua could have did that. And he just didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I'm telling y'all this right now. Forget if your team Usyk, if your team AJ, team Wilder, forget all of that. If you're just looking at skill for skill, Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk, if you're being real with yourselves, everybody, if you're being objective, you will be a fool to think Alexander Usyk could beat Tyson. Oh, let me say that. Take it back. There's a possibility Usyk can win. But if we're going to look at probability here, what's the chances of Usyk beating Tyson Fury? Is slim. Let's just be real. It's slim. All right, Trill. I will bet you $500.
I'm gonna break it down. I'm breaking it down. I'm gonna break it down.
I will make a $500 bet with you. I guarantee you, Tyson Fury will knock out Alexander Usyk. A knockout. It's not even gonna be by decision. It's gonna be by a knockout. He's gonna humiliate Alexander Usyk, fam. This is the truth. He's not Anthony Joshua, man. Anthony Joshua ain't built like that. Tyson Fury's built like that. There's a difference. You know what I'm saying? Like, Tyson Fury actually has that killer instinct. He's not. I'm being honest. I thought at first, like, Tyson Fury don't want no problems with this dude, right? Because of how he humiliated Anthony Joshua in the first fight. Yep. And honestly, when I think about it now, it's like, was I giving Usyk too much credit? Was I really giving in the first fight? Was I giving him too much credit? Right? And AJ, he did. AJ did his thing in the second one. But that AJ will get smacked by Tyson Fury also. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just being cool right now. Like, hey, man, I might as well be Guillotine G right now. Yo, Tyson Fury will straight smack what's this dude's name? Ukrainian Soup off the menu. You know what I'm saying? It would be that bad. He will smack it off the menu. You know what I'm saying? It won't even be an hors d'oeuvre anymore. It's gonna be that easy. Let's just be real. Like, y'all are bugging. If y'all think Pity Pat, y'all think, all right, listen.
I heard it from
Tyson Fury. Pity Pat. That's why I'm like, yo, listen, I'm being honest. I think Alexander Usyk is gonna lose to Deontay Wilder. Pity Patch ain't gonna beat Killer. Ain't gonna beat Killer. I'm telling you that right now. It isn't gonna beat Killers. But he did to Anthony Joshua because that's Anthony Joshua. You know what I'm saying? And no disrespect, all due respect to AJ. But this AJ, man, I'm good. I'm Gucci with this new AJ. You know what I'm saying? Like, he defeated himself. Usyk tries that with Deontay Wilder or Tyson Fury, y'all gonna really see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Now, I do think, though, the Usyk versus Deontay Wilder is more of like a 50-50 fight. But Usyk versus Tyson Fury, bro, I'm telling you, it'd be the slimmest chance of that Usyk beating Tyson Fury. I don't understand what y'all are seeing, like, what he gonna do? Y'all really think Tyson Fury is just gonna be that stationary? Is gonna allow Usyk to just hit him with the pillow fist, and do a little cute combination? Y'all really think Tyson Fury is gonna let that happen? Man, get out of here, man. Y'all out your mind, man. Listen, y'all can call me a bandwagon jumper. Y'all can call me a wildcat. Do whatever y'all want to do. If your man Alexander Usyk gets in that ring with Tyson Fury, we're gonna see Alexander for the first time get knocked out, straight up and down. And I'm willing to bet money. I'm just waiting to see if Trill, Caden, or Ned are willing to take that bet. And I doubt it, because even in the back of their mind, they're all thinking about it. Let me put up a $500 bet with Wilder, though. They'll all jump and take it. But when I say Tyson Fury, they're all like, you know what I mean? So I'm just saying, I think they all agree with me, but deep down inside, they don't want to co-sign me right now. That's the truth.
Nah. Are you done?
Go ahead, Tro. Go ahead, Tro.
Are you done? All right, can y'all hear me clearly out there?
I'm waiting for the bet.
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me clearly? I'm not. This is the sport. I've never bet on the sport of boxing. I've never. But here's the thing. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. I'm gonna keep it 100 like this. Gee, I heard this all before from you. I heard you when you was crying about your man Wilder. I heard you when you was saying this was your king. I heard you say all this stuff about Wilder. I heard you disrespect Usyk when you said about Derek Chisora, about all these other guys, about how he was so. I seen this. I seen all this. But I'm on Team Real. I'm not bandwagon. I'm on Team Real, and we're gonna keep it trail. You know what I'm saying? You talk about, oh yeah, this is the worst. I agree with Fury. This is the worst fight. No, Fury was in the worst fight ever. That was with Klitschko when he was the worst fight I ever seen. You watch that fight again. Which fight you want to watch? Okay, let's stop talking like this guy. All right, stop tripping over there. G, I get it. Wilder was your man, and he got spanked by this guy. Okay, but Wilder wasn't nobody. Wilder was trash. We already did the edits. We did the edits on him. You know we did the edits on him. And we seen this all the time. And then he beat this punk. He beat the punk. And now since he beat the punk, you want to see that he's the best. No way. No way. I'm not having it, G. Not this time. I'll let you sit back. I'm not having it. We see when we ever see Tyson Fury go, only this time when he went against Wilder. That's the only time we see him go and attack a guy and go and knock him out like that. That's because he believed that he could do that to this guy. Let's keep it real. Gee, you my man. You my man, but you already know what it is. It's deluded hatred that you have because you seen your man get beaten by this guy. And you're like, there's no way. that the guy that beat my guy is going to lose to somebody else. But here's the truth, y'all. Here's the truth. Alexander Usyk is something different. He is something special. If you're planning on this, oh, he's just so much bigger than this guy. No, look at the resumes. Look at who this guy has fought. And look who he went up against. Okay? Look at AJ is, to me, is way better. Look at his resume. It's way better than a Deontay Wilder's resume. Way better. Way more athletic. You talking about, oh, he can handle. He looked like crap when he fought against Deontay Wilder. That last fight was sloppy. It was horrible. Let's just keep it 100. We just like the fact that they went out there and they was doing their thing and both guys got dropped and it was exciting. These guys look horrible. They look sloppy. It was whack. This guy, Usyk, is technical. He'll dance circles around him. I get it. Tyson Fury got the love handles. You love him. You want to hold him. I get it. All that fly stuff. All that stuff.
I promise
we're talking about athleticism. We're talking about skills. We're talking about everything else that comes with it. We know what it is, man. We know what it is right now. You know what I'm saying? That's right. Put that up, G, because you ain't put up nothing, all the other positive joints, only the things that's been showing the negativity. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it a buck. Fury beat a guy trash with a horrible record. Usyk had the hardest road to get here. He had the hardest road. Put some respect on him. You know what I'm saying? We seen what happened with Otto Wallin, and you talk about the last 5 fights. What last 5 fights you seen? The last 5 fights I seen were horrible. He beat a trash Deontay Wilder, who was a paper champion, who was who we boosted up to be, who y'all called y'all king. It's y'all king, not my king. And he lost. Yeah, we gave him props. We gave him props. We gave him props because he had no business being there, because he was a guy with no skills. You heard what I'm saying? I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? You just want to be on, you know what you want to do. Give me squash. That's what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? But we get it. This is what I feel. This is how I feel.
Thank you, Jason Brown. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying?
Tyson Fury is in no position to disrespect any other fighter. He's just not he's just not in no position to be disrespecting any other fighter. You know what I'm saying? They're bombs, they're bums, they doing this, they doing that. You know what I'm saying? But who have you beaten? You beating the guy that we all dub in the audits, what I call the edits. You know what I'm saying? We dubbed him to be, you know what I'm saying, trash. And his resume was trash. And then we didn't give him a chance. We never gave him a chance. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. We didn't give Deontay Wilder a chance to beat Tyson Fury. The first one, when we seen that first fight, right? And it was a draw. After that, because of the layoffs and the cherry picking that Deontay Wilder was doing, we was like, oh, man. And he had that draw with Deontay Wilder. Then he came back again and fought Deontay Wilder again. Then fought him again. He fought this guy that we was claiming that wasn't that good 3 times. And then we got AJ over here who's fighting everybody, the best of the best. And then we got the guy that beats him, and we're saying that he's trash and he's going to get beat up by this guy that only can hold you and hit. Nah, Usyk going to run circles around him. I'm not going to disrespect this sport of boxing. I'm not going to disrespect the people out here and say, oh, y'all crazy if y'all think. Nah, not at all. You know what I'm saying? This is a good fight, right? Size right?
Yo, my son, what are you doing right now? Yeah, when you on the panel, this guy over there.
You know what I'm saying? Nah, I actually wasn't. People saying, Trill getting heated. Nah, I wasn't. I was just playing with my bro, G. You know, this is what we do.
I'm telling you, listen, it's cool. I get it. All of these guys are going to try to throw jabs today. But they all know deep down inside, if that fight happens,
Nobody.
Fury gonna mock your boy.
I honestly said nobody's throwing jabs. I'm not throwing jabs at you at all because I see where it's coming from. I know where it's coming from. Your king lost to this man.
Oh my God!
So you feel like there's nobody that can beat him.
Listen. Let's Trill. I promise you this.
Nobody
right?
can beat him.
No. Listen. If AJ went back to the AJ of old, right? The one that beat Klitschko, that AJ, right? That wasn't afraid to take a hit. The one that was that hungry and gave shots back. Yo, I'd be like, yo, Fury, leave that boy alone. You know what I'm saying? But that ain't that AJ. You know what I mean? And Usyk yesterday, to me, I was just like, yo,
listen,
Usyk, yo, listen. And this is what I said about the Chisora fight.
Deontay Wilder ain't that guy. If we're talking about resumes,
listen, forget resumes for a moment. That Chisora last night had real issues with taking body shots. That was the same Usyk that had issues against Chisora with the body shots.
Listen, I know a lot of greats who have issues with bodies. It's what you can do. Can you capitalize on a body shot? Can you capitalize on a body shot?
True.
Fury's too big to go there.
Yo, Trill. The fans can't hear us both talk at the same time. You know how it is. So, all I'm saying is this. Tyson Fury is going to violate that man's stomach. You know what I'm saying? And then let's see Usyk parade around the ring after Tyson Fury goes after him. And the difference between Tyson Fury and AJ is this. Tyson Fury is confident. He has the killer instinct. Confidence goes a long way, especially in the heavyweight division. When you have that belief that this man in front of me cannot hurt me, you're going for the kill. AJ gets in the ring. He goes, man, a pudgy Mexican guy that looked like Mario knocked me out. So now AJ's always second guessing himself. That's what we see from AJ. And AJ goes, damn, a Usyk, do I want to get embarrassed from a Usyk? I already got knocked out by a dude. You know what I mean? Do I want to get knocked out again? That's what's holding AJ back. Tyson Fury never experienced that. Tyson Fury's been knocked down. He always got back up. You get what I'm saying? That belief in oneself goes a long way. AJ doesn't have that belief anymore. That's the biggest difference. You know what I mean? Like, Wilder, the only reason why I'm not like jumping out the window for Wilder right now is because I need to see Wilder after that loss. Because that loss was so bad that the average person ain't gonna be the same. So that's the only reason why I'm looking at the window. I ain't jumping out the window.
Wilder would knock out Alexander Usyk. That's jumping out the window.
That's what I believe. But remember, what I said was also that's a 50-50 fight. I didn't say Wilder's gonna knock him out easy money. I never said that. You get what I'm saying? I'm putting respect on Usyk's name. But when it comes to Tyson Fury, I don't see what y'all see from Usyk, that Usyk is going to beat Tyson Fury. And listen, I've been wrong here before a couple of times, but I'm man enough to say when I'm wrong. But I honestly believe that's why I'm willing to take this bet right now with any of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because I really believe Tyson Fury will spank this boy. And that's just me being real. I'm not trying to disrespect Usyk in any way. You know what I'm saying? I'm still going to get Usyk his credit after the loss. I'll be like, yo, salute to Usyk because he got in the ring with a guy that's way bigger than him. You know what I'm saying? Who's just as athletic and just as smart in the ring. Like, come on, man. What we talking about here, man? It's no disrespect to none of these gentlemen. It's just what my eyes see. And I'm not Team Usyk or Team Fury. But I think Team Fury is going to beat Team Usyk. It just is what it is. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying?
You're entitled to your opinion. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm entitled to mine. I don't see, like, the only thing I'm saying is it's not going to be no wash. Like, he's trash. You know what I'm saying? You made it seem like my man is trash. Like, Usyk is trash.
Hold on. I don't think any of these gentlemen are five.
He's not going to be Gilly. Like, he's not going to go out here and make this in Tyson Fury's last
Hold
five.
on. I'm just saying, for the record, the top five, none of those gentlemen are trash. G is saying anybody in the top five is not trash because the competition is elite level. Even if I think one gentleman will beat the other, I don't think trash. That's too strong of a word, and that's not coming from G, just for the record.
Yeah, this is all I said, man. Listen, and go back to the original question. Did Tyson Fury announce his return? Listen, did the last segment when we all laughed and said, well, I said, I believe it when I see it. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think he's going anywhere. You know what I mean? And I believe some of us was in agreement. So do he announced his return? I never thought he was leaving. So to answer that question, I never thought he was leaving. And hopefully he don't price himself out. Because I don't think he's as confident as what people think he is. You know what I mean? I don't think so.
All right, TV.
Yo, that was a lot you both just said. Like the back and forth was crazy, but it was insane. And find out who G Parade's what heavyweight G Parade's next week on. Tyson Fury announced his return. I don't know. I'm not gonna believe Fury till I see him sign on the dotted line, or we get our first press conference for this fight. Because Fury is very wishy-washy, and he says a lot of stuff, but. For me, I'm just like, when he says something, I don't buy it till I see him in a training camp or I see a promo or I get a date or something like that. But right now, it's all still up in the air. I'm not really buying anything Fury says. And this is just Fury. He has to give his 2 cents and say what he felt about the fight. So it is what it is.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I never really believed that Fury was retired. So did he announce his return? I think so. I think the more important question is the question that we're going to get into next. So we could just move to the next question, G. Which is, will we see Fury versus Usyk for Undisputed? That's the real question. All right. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to turn it over to you, G. What are your thoughts? Are we going to see them for Undisputed?
Yo, listen. At first, I said, nah, Tyson Fury's done. He don't want no smoke with Usyk. After seeing that performance, and in addition to that, Tyson Fury's reaction to the performance, I'm telling you, man, like, they cut that check, Tyson Fury is going to smack Usyk around, bro, in that ring. You know what I'm saying? It's not going 12. That's a fact. So we're going to definitely see Undisputed, and we're going to see Tyson Fury as the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. You know what I mean? And it just is what it is. You know what I mean? Like we could make fun of G all we want. You know what I mean? But G got nothing to do with Tyson Fury or Usyk. The real's gonna show, the skill's gonna show, the God-given size and nature of Tyson Fury is gonna show and be in display for that fight. He's just a big dude that just moves around. That, you know what I mean? It's just, he's an unfair cheat code, Tyson Fury. I don't know how Usyk could figure out a strategy to beat him. It'll be easier for Usyk to beat a Deontay Wilder because, again, let's just be real. We know that Deontay Wilder does have limitations. You know what I'm saying? We know, like, Anthony Joshua, who has limitations, but he has more skills than AJ, and he still figured that out. With a Tyson Fury, though, to be honest, I'm being real. I thought Tyson Fury would have knocked out AJ too. So it just is what it is, man. Like, I was like, hey, AJ wins, Tyson Fury, we definitely gonna see Undisputed. But I think Tyson Fury is probably like, maybe I can make a lot of money from this Usyk fight. So if they cut this check, this is my number. If y'all could give me this number, I'm gonna take those belts. So that's what's gonna happen. We about to see Tyson Fury Undisputed. The UK about to get their belts back, and it just is what it is.
All right, True Bill.
Yo, nobody was picking on you, G. I was just
I don't think we pick it off, bro. I done seen all y'all do much worse to me, so this is nothing. This is light.
Nah. I was just matching your energy, G. That was it. You my guy, man. And people in the conversation, man, they know what it is, man. Nothing but love for G, man. I believe it when I see it. You know what I'm saying? With all that said, you know what I'm saying? I believe it when I see it, man, because
that's why you say that. You know what I mean?
Oh no, I didn't even see that comment. I was going on what you say, people throw their little shot. Nah, I wasn't throwing no shots at you at all. You know what I'm saying? I was talking about your fighter. And you know what I'm saying? I was talking about your fighter because I respect you as a man and as a person and as my bro, man. So I got nothing but love for you, man. So I wouldn't take no shots at y'all. Taking shots at your fighter, your fighters, and the guy that you was champion for. Like,
hey man,
like,
listen, man.
Like he was saying, like that fight was boring and all that, and you was co-signing that fight was boring. Like you didn't see Klitschko.
Nah. Oh, I don't believe that about what Fury was saying. All I'm saying is, I could be objective. When you can remove the hyperbole of what Fury's saying, and essentially he's just saying I could be both of those gentlemen. And he believes that, and I believe he believes it, and I believe he actually could do it as well. So it just is what it is. That's why I'm picking Tyson Fury. If I believed, Tyson Fury couldn't do it, even if he's confident within himself, I'll still be like, nah. You see what I'm saying? It's just the truth. But even it's funny when you look at the video when Tyson Fury was like parading, dancing around with his wife. Even his wife was cheering, like, yeah, we gonna sip on that Ukrainian soup. That's light. You know what I mean? So come on, son. Like when they fought Deontay Wilder, she was like, baby, don't do it. It's all right. Just count this L. We don't need to have a rematch with this dude. You know what I mean? Because she was looking after the safety of her men. With both AJ and Usyk, she's like, yeah, yo, baby, go get that money. You know what I'm saying? Like, baby, you could do it. That's what she's thinking right now. So all I'm saying is I kind of agree with her. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, go ahead.
Nah, I was just saying, bro. I with the fight, Fury and Usyk fight, I believe it. Like what the TBE said earlier, man. When he signed that dotted line, that's what I believe it. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know yet.
All right, TBE.
Will it happen? I don't know. Fury got till Friday to make a decision, or else he got to vacate the belt. So we'll see by then, because he retired supposedly. So I don't know what's the stipulation. Does he say he's out of retirement? He gets sold on the belt. He got to fight a mandatory, or does he have to on Friday we get an announcement for Undisputed? That's what I want to know. All right, what's his options right now? What's the options for Fury on the table? But we'll see. We'll see. I hope it happens. I want it to happen, but I don't know.
I've been hearing a lot of interesting back and forth between G and Trill. For me personally, I haven't even shifted my mind towards how I think that fight will play out, and I never picked.
Hayden, keep it 100.
What?
Right now, if you had to pick someone, Fury versus Usyk, who you got right now?
I'm telling you, I have to really think about it. What I know about Fury is that, like my man said, SS Cunningham dropped Fury. That was a long time ago, though, but still, nonetheless, SS Cunningham's a small cruiserweight guy who dropped Tyson Fury. And Otto Wallin, a smaller, skilled heavyweight, gave Tyson Fury all he can handle, right? So all I'm saying to you is I don't necessarily know that Tyson Fury is going to walk through Usyk. I think that Usyk is better than Otto Wallin. I think he's better than SS Cunningham. I think he's a skilled fighter. I think he has heart, grit, determination. Now, you say a lot of things. Like, I don't know that Tyson Fury punches harder than Anthony Joshua. It's possible he does, but I don't know if he does. But I know that Usyk was able to stay in there and weather the storm when Anthony Joshua jumped all over him. So
did I say Tyson Fury punches harder than Anthony Joshua? I don't think
didn't. I never said that you said that.
Oh, okay.
I was saying, for me, when I evaluate this fight, I don't know if Tyson Fury punches harder than Anthony Joshua. So for me to just say that Tyson Fury is going to walk through Usyk, well, Anthony Joshua is a very hard puncher, and he couldn't. Yeah, I know. I said that. SS Cunningham dropped Tyson Fury before. That was a long time ago. But that doesn't matter because Deontay Wilder dropped Tyson Fury 4 times. Now, I know people say Deontay Wilder is this devastating puncher, but Deontay Wilder is a fighter, and he dropped Tyson Fury 4 times. So it's not impossible to drop Tyson Fury. You got to keep Tyson Fury down, and he has enough heart to get up. Now, on the other hand, what makes Tyson Fury different from Anthony Joshua is he's more fluid than Anthony Joshua. He has better footwork than Anthony Joshua. He's, a higher boxing IQ than Anthony Joshua. So, and he's bigger than Anthony Joshua. So those are going to be issues that Usyk's going to have to deal with that he didn't face with Anthony Joshua. I also think Tyson Fury's faster than Anthony Joshua. So I think Usyk's going to be in there with a different kind of beast. So when you talk about who's going to win that fight, I think what makes it great is we need to see it. I don't think Usyk should be written off, and Tyson Fury has a good chance of winning that fight. But like, I think, man, you get so caught up. Like, it's the same way you overlook Usyk when he fought Anthony Joshua the first time, is the same way you're kind of overlooking Usyk right now with Tyson Fury. You're stuck on all the things that you like about Fury, but you're not seeing how Usyk can give Fury trouble. And all I'm saying to you is Usyk is like Otto Wallin times 10. So, and Otto Wallin gave him all types of trouble. So, sometimes it's easier for these taller guys to fight other taller guys because they're online, but the shorter, quicker, better foot movement makes it more difficult. So that's why AJ was like, one time AJ got so frustrated he hammer fist Usyk because he was like,
wow, bro,
he was like trying to catch Usyk, and Usyk was getting out of the way, and he just hammer fist Usyk because it was just like, I can't put a glove on this dude. So I think that when all is said and done, this fight is one in which like should happen, needs to happen, but Usyk's where he's at for a reason, bro. So like I don't think you can write Usyk off like the way you've been writing him off. That's me personally.
Hold on, I'm not writing him off. I'm just saying in that Fury versus Usyk, I strongly favor Fury.
You're not writing him off. You said he's food. You called him Ukrainian soup again. You said that, you're willing to bet $500 right now. Now you're saying you didn't write him off. Come on, G. You're a funny dude, G.
Well, Ukrainian soup.
I was just matching energy.
Listen, G. I put it to you like this. I don't know who I would go with in that fight, but if you put a gun to my head, I'll probably lean towards Fury. But at the same time, like I said, Usyk is different, bro. Like Usyk is skilled, he's talented, and Fury, like I said, Fury has had his problems, but we'll see. You know what I mean? We'll see. G, but you got one pick right in the last 10 years in the heavyweight division, man. And now you acting
good pick. You know what I mean? Okay, and salute to Trill, because Trill got it right too. So Trill Nostradamus, man. Salute to him too. So
not even for me. I get it right most of the time.
Man, Trill, why can't you just show love at this very moment, man?
Listen, I get it right most of the time too. So you know what I mean. It's okay.
Right. Moving on to the next.
Moving on.
We having fun.
So that's why I can stay humble. And when I get it right and when I get it wrong.
I'm trying to show love.
G got it right, and G's coming in here like I said, Ukrainian soup.
Have I ever mentioned my prediction rate? Never.
I was just simply showing love. I was like, yo, me and Trill both picked Usyk on this one, but hey, next time I'm just gonna show love to myself. But anyways, next topic: Deontay Anthony Joshua's loss. I mean,
he said forget Trill. I'm taking my ball.
Yo, oh, y'all are reckless, man.
I'm with you, G. This has been the best, man. Me and you never get no interactions on here, G. So this is gonna be golden. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man. Notice how Nat extra silent because AJ lost, and they don't even know how to function. You know what I'm saying?
So after the fight, Deontay Wilder tweeted this. He stated, "They tried to lock me in for insurance because they knew he wasn't going to win. This is strictly a business, not a sport. There's a difference. He meant difference, though. All right, so that was Deontay Wilder's comment saying they try to lock him in. So my thing is, what I'm saying is, does this mean that Deontay Wilder rejected another fight with Anthony Joshua? What's your reaction to that comment? I'll turn over to you, Trill. What's your reaction to that?
Well, to Deontay reacts that I don't know. I don't have no what's the name, because I don't. It's whatever. It's whatever. That's how I feel.
All right, G.
Hold on. Ned got his hands. Go ahead.
Go ahead,
Ned.
Is this the same Deontay Wilder that locked in a 3-fight deal with Tyson Fury? Is this the same Deontay Wilder that made all them damn excuses when he lost?
Well, he never locked in a 3-fight deal. It was a 2-fight.
Well, he had a 3-fight deal.
It was a 2-fight deal
with a rematch clause.
The rematch clause for 1 fight. So that was
the second fight. He had to get
the first fight. Remember, was a draw.
Yeah, whatever. Well, he had a 3 fights.
They had 3 fights anyway.
Anyways, the same one who made excuses when he lost.
That's what I'm saying.
Same one who went up to the locker room.
Get him.
Yo, man, stop talking, Deontay Wilder. We don't want to hear that.
Get him.
Like you the big bad man out here. You're not big and bad. You've been exposed. These guys was fighting at elite, but you cannot fight at. You cannot fight at this level, Deontay. This is what G don't understand. You think you're gonna get him with this right hand? No, the blueprint is out on you, Deontay.
Ooh.
Get him.
Yo, Ned, you don't even know how you just hung yourself.
You fight Usyk, you're going to sleep.
Keep giving them rope. Keep giving them rope, Trill. You know how I'm gonna respond to this.
According
is easy
to
work.
G,
It's easy work.
Usyk got this, and you're gonna get put to sleep by Usyk, man. Just watch.
We about to get flagged. You know why we about to get flagged?
Get your
because
boy.
YouTube is about they about to flag this video for a father spanking his son on a public platform. Keep going.
G,
let me go get my belt.
Is
Keep
not
going.
on this level.
Keep going.
And somebody said you're knocking how AJ has improved as a boxer. Yes, you want old AJ where he's knocking heads off. But at the end of the day, he learned he can't just go in there and knock your heads off because there's too much risk. And maybe he doesn't have faith in his chin. Cool. But he makes the adjustment where fighters have to come to him. And yesterday, it was because certain parts of the fight where he didn't think he should have just took over, which he didn't. That's what cost him the fight. But your man Wilder's not fighting like these fighters, man. He's not fighting like that. And it was been proved 3 times. The draw. The second round knockout was the second round knockout. Second round knockout.
Seven.
No. The first. 7th round knockout. Then 11th. Come on now, G. Get up out of here. Get your man up.
He said your man is a 7-11. He said your man is a 7-11.
Here, yo. I'm done.
Ned got over. Get him, Ned. TV is in the building, folks.
I did say that. I did say he should fight at cruiserweight. That's his best way of reviving his career at this
point. Yo, I don't know. I think it's on me, but G.
It's on me before you. But unless you want to go first, it's cool.
Oh no. Oh wait. Oh, Trill's the only one who went. Then Ned. Oh yeah. Go ahead, G. I thought the whole order got. Go ahead, G.
All right. Well, first I'm gonna answer this question. Then I'm gonna guillotine my son. You know what I'm saying? So, what Wilder was saying, right? Hey, listen, it does mean that Wilder kind of turned down the fight again, right? However, like I think Wilder's exposing Eddie Hearn, right? But to be honest with you, me personally, if I was Eddie Hearn, I would do the very same thing, right? I'm hedging bets. I'm going to have a strategy for if AJ wins. I'm going to have a strategy if AJ loses, right? If AJ loses, they're like, yo, let's have Deontay Wilder, because that's still a huge fight. The Zone will love to have that fight broadcast on the Zone. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll be foolish not to have that, right? That's why I was saying it's not over for AJ. AJ's still a cash cow. Everybody wants to see the Wilder versus AJ fight. Let's just keep it real. Belt, no belt, it doesn't matter. Just undisputed, disputed, who cares? People want to see that fight because it's a big heavyweight fight that we know is going to end up in a knockout. Somebody's going to get flatlined in that fight. You know what I'm saying? So obviously, if you're the Zone, Matchroom, Eddie Hearn, you're going to reach out to Al Heyman, you know what I mean, and Shelly, and trying to negotiate a Deontay Wilder fight as AJ, if in fact AJ loses to Alexander Usyk on the rematch. So Wilder, I think, and because remember, Wilder had he did do an interview right on that PBC show where before the fight, where he was actually complaining even about his side of the promotional stuff, right? And how the promoters are messing it up for the fighters and stuff like that. And he was like really upset about it, right? I honestly think Wilder does want to fight AJ, and he's bothered by all of these promoters, the money people, right? That are preventing these fights from really happening, right? So we're gonna see Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua. I'm confident in that fight. I don't believe that's not gonna happen. We're gonna see that fight, right? So now Wilder's bringing this to the attention of the people, and I think Wilder thought maybe he would get, I don't know, I guess like some kudos or something from his supporters. But when I hear that, I go like, come on, Wilder, man. That means you didn't sign on the dotted line again. But again, I didn't see the contract. Maybe it's one of those, maybe PBC's thinking about it. Or maybe they're like, hey, you know what? We'll do the fight, but AJ has to fight on our terms. Or, it could be a number of things. It could happen. It could not happen. This is probably, I'm pretty sure, is an ongoing thing. Wilder just wanted to expose Eddie. He thought maybe that would be like, aha moment, but it looks bad on your end as well. You know what I'm saying? So then now let me address Ned Stain.
That was a good take on that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. All right.
I
don't know if that's a half compliment. You about to throw hate, but you know what I'm saying? I'll take what I can.
I'm just giving out. No, I'm just giving. I didn't expect you. I thought you would be like, supporting that tweet from him.
No, I do to a degree, but it does make him look bad. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, bro, I mean, you didn't sign on the dotted line. Yeah, you know what I mean? Listen, I try to be objective, G. As much as I am a Wilder supporter, I can't co-sign foolishness. You know what I mean? Now, Ned, he had a lot of statements about Deontay Wilder. You know what I'm saying? And Ned, can you kind of repeat some of your points just so I could go one by one? Because you did say a lot of foolishness.
Same Deontay Wilder was on the phone crying about, you cost me $20 million with the man. You heard what I said. I don't gotta repeat myself. Same one who had the rematch clause with Fury. Same one who was made all them damn excuses. Same one. Come on now, G.
All right, that's good. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna go one by one. The same guy who had a rematch clause with Tyson Fury. Anthony Joshua always have rematch clauses, and you don't complain about that.
Hey, we all got car insurance.
These rematch clauses, in a way, it helps the division because it kind of strengthens the possibility of Undisputed, but also weakens the division because we have several guys who have mandatory slots that are waiting for their opportunity that can't get it because AJ has all of these rematch clauses. Like, what are we talking about? You mad at one guy for doing the same thing that your man is doing.
I'm not mad at my man. Your man is talking like he didn't do the same thing.
No, shut your mouth.
Your man's just talking like he didn't just do the same thing. Come on now.
Hold on. My man's talking about what? Now, so now what's the next point I gotta violate you on? Go give me another point. Because you talk so much gibberish. So what's the next point?
He said it. I didn't say it.
So all right, just keep going. What's the next argument? I'm listening. Go ahead. What was the next argument that you had against what Wilder did?
What was the?
Hold on, I got something to say though. Cause
hold on.
Wait, no, wait, G.
Let me talk to
no. There's no. For starters, You guys been talking so much that like so. But anyways, dude, you do realize Wilder didn't what in his entire career. Wilder fought one mandatory, so you can't compare him to Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua's been fighting mandatories. So where Anthony Joshua has a rematch clause in his contract, it doesn't not the same as Wilder. Anthony Joshua has a rematch clause when he lost to Usyk, but Usyk was his mandatory. And the reason why he has a rematch clause is because in beating him, Usyk is going to inherit 2 belts he never had to earn. So, for example, Usyk was able to fight him because he was the WBO's mandatory. And in fighting Anthony Joshua, you get the chance to earn 2 belts that you never earned. Unlike Deontay Wilder, who has 1 belt that he held hostage and only fought 1 mandatory for, and he cherry-picked Tyson Fury, who was out for 2.5 years, was 400 pounds, had to lose over 150 pounds, and then he fought Tyson Fury and still got a draw. Then he lost the second fight, should have been done there, but no, he wanted to do it again. So you didn't ether Ned. It's two different things. One guy's unified, the other guy's holding 1 belt hostage. Anthony Joshua earned a rematch clause because anyone who he fought was going to get the opportunity to get titles that they never earned, whereas Deontay Wilder was holding 1 belt hostage the entire time. So that's the difference.
So then, all right, I'll ask this to both you and Ned. Anybody can answer. Was Andy Ruiz his mandatory?
Andy Ruiz was a voluntary.
That's my point.
No, but that's irrelevant. Andy Ruiz had a rematch clause. Hold on, wait. Andy Ruiz
he still had a rematch clause. So if you're mad at Wilder for having a rematch clause with Tyson Fury, why aren't you mad at Anthony Joshua for having a rematch clause with his voluntary fighter?
For starters, Andy Ruiz was a last-minute replacement.
Yeah.
So Andy Ruiz was a last-minute replacement for a fight that he had with Gerald Big Baby Miller, right? And again, G,
and he had a rematch clause
again. Hold on. G, again, G, and your airtime is way more than anyone else's this entire episode.
All right, you know what?
Please, I'm just saying. So please fall back. So again, the difference is Anthony Joshua was unified with multiple belts that he had to earn. So when you beat him, you're getting all his hard work. It's what drove him crazy with Usyk. He had to fight this champion to win. Then he had to fight that champion to win. Then he had to fight this champion to win. He got 3 belts. You beat him, you inherit 3 belts, and he's supposed to let you walk free? No, he's the one who worked hard to get those 3 belts. So you got to beat him again, which makes sense. Unlike Deontay Wilder, who had 1 belt and never unified and never really fought mandatories. Fought 1 mandatory and 10 title defenses. You can't compare Deontay Wilder to Anthony Joshua.
You just reminded me how much of a dog AJ was. I didn't realize that. The AJ, he took on the Ruiz fight when he didn't have to. He could have bailed out of that fight, but he took on that fight when he didn't have to. And the same with the Usyk fight. Like, I'm just looking at it like, how can they say anything bad about this kid, AJ? That he really wants to be great. And he took all the steps to try to do it. He didn't even avoid nobody. He took on all his mandatories. You know, like I was just when you talk, that's when you hear people talk, this is when you start realizing hearing certain things. You know what I'm saying? When you sit back and you just listen. I'm just appreciating AJ more. And you gotta appreciate Usyk's win over AJ. It's more impressive than Tyson Fury's win over Deontay Wilder. In my book, I feel. That's just my opinion.
I'm just gonna say this one thing, and I'm gonna fall back. Right? I didn't compare the two. What's his name? Ned compared the two.
No, right? The reason why I made this comparison is
let you talk. And y'all could go. I don't even care like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, the truth is this: you're complaining about a world champion, right, having a rematch clause. Right, and you're in your mind, you thinking it's a 3-fight deal when it wasn't. It was really just a 2-fight deal. And the reason why is because, again, we're talking about ESPN and Fox You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a humongous fight. So one fight happened, Wilder lost. There's a rematch clause. They fought again. That's normal. The reason why I'm bringing up AJ is because it's normal for a heavyweight champion to have a rematch clause. What are we talking about here?
No, my thing, I'm coming at Deontay Wilder.
Hold on. Let me just
open his mouth.
Yo, let me just.
Go ahead, G. Go ahead, G.
Bro, this is. You know what's funny, man? The reason why I like this show, right, is because we're not like the other shows where dudes are just yelling over each other, right? I'm grown enough to listen to somebody else, wait till they're done, and then go. You know what I mean? There may be times where, hey, I'm just overexcited and I may cut y'all off. Correct me on it, I'll fall back. These are one of those moments, Ned, just let me finish, and then you can go back to your G hate. You know what I'm saying? Like, all I'm saying is, it's normal.
That's the new name.
Can't wait, yo.
G-hate.
G-hate can't wait. You know
G-hate,
what
Listen, I'm into a lot of kids, man. I understand. You know what I mean? Like, your hate not really hate. It's really love. You just love to hate. You know what I'm saying? So now,
hate. It's a different type
to
of
me,
hate.
it's pretty hypocritical. And that's why I'm like kind of confused. Why I'm like, why is Caden defending Ned for saying this when even Caden knows any champion, forget heavyweights, all these guys now have rematch clauses. So it's like you're mad at Wilder for fighting Tyson Fury, bro. That's your argument right now. Like, come on. I can understand if, like, Wilder's fighting somebody else, but you're talking about Tyson Fury, the same guy. All those belts that AJ had, Tyson Fury had before AJ. All of those belts. So Wilder trying to beat Tyson Fury isn't like, yo, Wilder's just babysitting the belt. Now we're literally arguing right now, Tyson Fury may be undisputed. What are we talking about here? So you violating Deontay Wilder. It's like, bro, he lost to a guy. Even your guy, hold on, even your back and bicep hero, I'm telling you right now, is going to get beat up by Tyson Fury. So what are you talking about? It's like,
that's not what I'm saying.
Man.
What I'm saying is Deontay doesn't have no right to open his mouth.
You won.
He has no right to open his mouth to speak on AJ getting a rematch clause when he just did the same thing.
That's not what he's
hearing it. That's what he said.
All right.
They try to book me as insurance because they know he would lose.
All right, you know what? Hold on. Can I just say one thing? And I promise I'm gonna stop. This is the issue with Boston Public Schools. It's called reading comprehension. Wilder is not complaining about a rematch clause.
No, he said they tried to get me for insurance because they knew he would lose. Bro, are you serious? Read the tweet again.
Hold on. Is that a rematch clause, Ned? Because that's what you just said out your lips.
That's what he said.
That's not a rematch clause.
He said nothing about a rematch clause.
Yo, I'm be honest, man. Yo, listen. With all due respect, and with all due respect, I'm not even gonna say it. I feel like I'm.
What is the issue here? That's all I say. He has no right to open his
mouth. Go ahead,
Kaden.
It's Katie's turn. It's Katie's turn. I'll fall.
Michael Collarone said it right there. He said, "Real friends argue. That's why we love this show."
Here's
highlight.
Here's what I'm getting at. I don't have a problem with Wilder having a rematch clause, and I don't have a problem with AJ having a rematch clause. But where I came in to defend, to clarify, G, was when you said AJ was holding up the division. So that's when I wanted to point out Wilder was really holding up the division.
No, I was saying in response to Ned saying that's what his argument was, that Wilder was holding up Undisputed because of a 3-fight deal.
No. I messed up on 3-fight deal, but I'm saying
Wilder. All right. You messed up. It's cool. We good.
But Wilder's tweet, hold on.
It's cool.
You're trying to get it, but you don't got it, bro. Wilder's tweet is hypocritical in itself because he asked for a rematch clause against Fury. When AJ asked for rematch clause against him, he has a problem with it. Come on, son. That doesn't make sense.
You know what?
It doesn't make sense.
This is what you want to do.
You want to rematch clause?
Ned, I need to see your transcript. I don't care if it's from undergrad. I don't care if it's from high school. I need to see his
right there. He has no right to open
I need to see your English scores.
Rematch clause.
I need to see your language arts scores.
Oh my!
Let me see them grades. I need to see them grades.
Gee.
Yo, reading comprehension is essential. This kid is scaring me right now. I'm sorry, everyone. Honestly, I should apologize because
goodness, G,
he's not even.
You really trying to knock my intelligence. Your man tweeted this. Your man tweeted this.
How about this? Do me a solid right now. Read that for me.
They tried to lock me in for insurance because they knew he was going to win. Oh shit, my bad. Oh shit, I didn't even think that.
You're a clown. You're a clown. You are a clown. Thank you. That's all I'm saying. I wasted my time because you don't even understand what you're talking about. No, it's crazy, man. This is like, come on, son. Like, that's why I didn't even want to do it. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna fall back because I know he's gonna expose himself. That's why I said, y'all keep giving this kid rope. You know what I'm saying? Trill laughing at him.
He wasn't going to win.
Battery in his back. He didn't run into his defense. He didn't run into his defense.
He's right there in front of you, G. He wasn't going to win. Bro, I'm not tripping though. You got me.
I can't point out the differences, G.
Yo, out of nowhere, Katie had the cape. You know what I'm saying? The dead cape.
I'm right, yo. I'm not even bugging, yo. Your man just coming out my man for asking for a rematch clause, but he's asking for rematches. Get out of here, bro. I'm not even trying.
Yo, Katie had the cape on smash for this dude. Like, hold on, I'm gonna stop you right there and save Ned's life.
Oh my god, I'm about to cry,
yo. The rope all over his neck. You know what I'm saying? Come on, yo. All up on his neck.
Yo,
I was arguing my point all the time. Your man's contradicting himself. I skimmed it real quick.
That's true. AJ just apologized on Twitter. Oh man.
Oh man.
Oh, this is crazy. That's what I'm like. Yo,
no, I'm not bugging, bro. Like, yo, go ahead, Katie. My bad. You're pulling about this.
Oh man.
Come on, I'm not. That tweet's contradicting himself, man.
Contradicting. It's called reading comprehension, bro. I'm just saying.
Yo,
and I was reading the wrong thing, and I accidentally read the wrong thing, but I was right the whole time.
You said, but I was right the whole time.
Shame on you.
He said I was right the whole time. Yo, so Joshua did just post something. He said, I wish at Usyk continued success in your quest for greatness. You are a class act champ. Yesterday, I had to mentally take myself into a dark place to compete for the championship belts. I had 2 fights, one with Usyk and one with my emotions, and both got the better of me. So that's
respect,
what he said.
Man. Respect to AJ, man.
It happens to the best of us.
Yeah, you be all right, champ. You know what I'm saying?
Respect. Walk that off.
It's all good, man. That's no big deal to me because I don't act like I'm perfect, and like I've always presented myself in the best way that I wanted to, and sometimes you just have to learn by making a mistake, man. So,
all right, now this is fact. This is how family talk to each other. Exactly. You know
we're real family.
Well, I don't even understand how like this doesn't even seem like a big deal to me. Maybe because I'm just so used to it. But so I don't.
You know, it's funny. We're so used to it, but this dude that was like, I got him. You know what I mean? I'm like,
my point was Wilder shouldn't open his mouth to speak on stuff he does. Like, yo, you asked for a rematch clause. AJ asked for a rematch.
Hold on. All right, I'm gonna throw a what's the term? The olive branch to Ned right now.
All right, go ahead.
I agree with Ned on this one thing. Wilder shouldn't be commenting right now, right? When Wilder lost and everything, AJ wasn't running his mouth, violating Wilder, right? And I don't like when Wilder and other fighters do this. When people want to see you fight AJ, right? You're like, when it's time, like you're not saying anything, whatever. But then when you have a fight, you bringing up AJ to promote your fight, or when AJ's doing this thing, you showing up. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that shows poor character. I will admit this. You know what I mean? Like, it's like you're using AJ to kind of catapult your career. But it's like, yo, why don't you just fight AJ? You know what I mean? So it's like, I give y'all that credit. I'm not going to defend Wilder for doing that type of foolishness. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a straight shooter. Like, I'll expose Wilder with y'all. Like, I'm on the show with y'all. Like, when we call out Wilder, I'm the one that's like, yo, Wilder, man, I rock with you, but bro, why are you doing this? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'll give Ned this that 1 point. Beyond that, yo, Ned, watch your mouth, bro. I'm being honest, man. It's like you gotta calm down and read.
You be doing good. You be doing good.
I came with so much energy, then you threw me off like I was
like, and then you be like, but Ned, watch your mouth. You know what I'm saying?
No, man, it's like, yo, respect yourself. Like yo, you know why? Because it's like, at least it's to me, it's like when I'm going up against Caden or Trill, it's like they're coming from a place that makes sense. You're coming from like you're really an AJ groupie, bro. You know what I mean? So it can't really make sense to you. It's just, yo, AJ's bicep is in your throat. So it's like, all right, I gotta you gargle. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then once that's done, then I can have a real conversation with you. It's in your throat. I'm like, this conversation is gonna take a while. You know what I mean? Like, come on, son. It's just, man, this is crazy, man. Like, and I apologize to everyone listening and tuning in. I didn't want to do it. I really didn't want to do this. I'm looking at Ken like, why, man? Why, bro? Like, we shouldn't do this on Ned's expense. You know what I mean? But hey, Ned wanted to be out there and look foolish. So I'm like, all right, I guess not that essential to Ned's argument. So I'm like, all right, let's just hear my son just make a fool of himself. So it's whatever, man.
What?
Watch my mouth. You need to watch your IQ. You know what I'm saying? But hey, whatever. All right, I digress. My bad. Go ahead, Katie. I'm sorry, Ned.
Yo, pull up HLD's comment real quick. Ned got G triggered regardless if he was wrong. Exactly. That's what it's about for Ned. That's what it's about for Ned right there. That's what
he don't care about making sense. He got his reaction.
G off, and that's exactly what he was trying to do.
Well, mission accomplished, then I guess, Ned. So congratulations, you won, Ned.
Am I last to go on this?
Yeah, go ahead. This is you.
Yeah, my reaction is just I'm still unclear as to what Wilder was trying to say, kind of like what G said. I don't know if he was trying to call out the managers on this or if he was taking a shot at AJ. If his intent was to call out the managers, like saying y'all had no faith in AJ, that's why you try to book me as insurance, then I feel like, I'm more okay with that than him trying to take a shot at Anthony Joshua, because it's like, you of all people should know what it's like to lose, right? And lose when you gave it your all. And like, if you feel like people should give you credit for that, then why not do that for Anthony Joshua, right? I feel like, Wilder has said a lot of negative things about AJ, and vice versa. Of course, they're like rivals, kind of going back to when AJ had the belts and Wilder was a WBC champion. But now neither one of them are champions, right? And both of them are coming off of courageous losses. So you would hope that Wilder wouldn't try to take that shot at Anthony Joshua. But it also makes me think like, yo, they offered you to fight as insurance and you said no. And if so, why? So I don't want to jump on it too much. I think my thing with Deontay Wilder is like, I just want to see this dude fight the biggest names in the division. I want to see him fight the best. And no one can dispute that Anthony Joshua has done that more than Deontay Wilder has. So, once he starts doing that, then I feel like there'll be more room for him to talk if that's what he wants to do. But at this particular point in time, it's like the best fighter you ever faced, you lost to him twice, and your best win since then isn't really that great. So that's my take on that.
All right, man, I'm kind of worried to go to the next segment, man. But can AJ beat Deontay Wilder? You know what I mean?
Well, this really wasn't going to be a segment, but G was talking so greasy. So I feel like, G, man, it's time for you to stand on your soapbox, brother. Can AJ, why am I asking you, can Deontay Wilder beat Anthony Joshua?
All right, listen. Can AJ defeat Wilder? It's possible. But if they get in the ring, Wilder's gonna knock out this Anthony Joshua. I don't know, this skinny buff AJ. I don't know, man.
Skinny buff.
I mean, like, yo, he's better off as Mr. Olympia. You know what I mean? Now he's looking like Bruce Lee out here. You know what I mean? So he gonna get violated by Wilder. Let's just be real. You know, Wilder still has that. Oh, hold on. I don't know if he still has it. I need to see Wilder in this next fight. So let me see how Wilder is against Helenius. If Wilder still has that, yo, I'm just going for it mentality, AJ, you in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Because this new AJ that we're seeing, like, he doesn't have that killer instinct anymore. You know, like, when he fought Parker, he didn't show it. When he fought Pulev, he didn't show it. When he fought Usyk, he didn't show it. When he fought Ruiz, he didn't show it. This is a new AJ, man. It's just he's gun shy. And what we do know about Wilder, he loves to pull that trigger. You know what I mean? So, and let's just be real. When Wilder fought Tyson Fury in the rematch, right? He got violated. His corner had to throw in the towel. But in that three-peat, it was still the same old Wilder. You're going to have to kill me. You know what I'm saying? He got dropped. He got up. He dropped Fury. You know what I'm saying? Fury got up. They were trying to kill each other. That's the difference between a Deontay Wilder versus an Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua is playing boxing. Wilder doesn't play boxing. You know what I mean? I think Wilder, when he gets in that ring, if AJ ain't on his A game, AJ's going to be flatlined. And that's just the truth. You know, so I definitely think Wilder will beat Deontay Wilder will beat Anthony Joshua. But again, Anthony Joshua does have skills. So I'm not going to say, you know, AJ is just going to just show up to his funeral. You know what I mean? Because AJ does have skills. AJ still is bigger than Deontay Wilder. Maybe their reach may be the same. You know what I'm saying? But AJ has better technical skills than Deontay Wilder. But, yo, AJ don't have that type of chin that can eat a Wilder punch. Wilder lands that right hand. Maybe the first one, AJ may get up from the first. He's definitely not going to eat a second. And that's a fact. So y'all can say what y'all want. Back to, you know, hating on me because I'm Team Wilder, whatever. But I honestly think AJ gets in that ring, he going to leave on his back. With all due respect.
TBE. What you got to say, man?
I say 75-25 AJ, but I say it like this. I feel AJ's skill set is way superior than Wilder's. And yes, AJ's chin has shown us that it's not all made of stone. It's like, you know, glass here and there. But let's be real. Wilder's chin is not made of stone either. And if AJ, the uppercuts AJ was catching Usyk with, if AJ was to catch Wilder with those, I don't think Wilder will be able to take that. So, G, fix your face. You acting like this ain't boxing. Your man just got knocked out twice. 2 times in a row. 2 times in a row.
Hold on.
How many times you get knocked out, Dad? How many times?
Well, like 3 times. He got knocked out in the last 2 fights, G.
He got knocked out 3 times in a row.
No. Well, I say he got knocked down, but knocked out 2 times in a row.
So can I?
What's up, G? So
you're saying because you got knocked down, that means you have
knocked out. Your man's got knocked out, G. Did you not see the fight?
So he got knocked out, so that means he has no chin? That's what you think?
Yeah, basically, if you get knocked out 3 fights in a row, 2 fights in a row, 5 fights in a row, guess what? You
right. Can I just ask this question to Kaden if you allow me?
You're vulnerable now.
So hold on. I just want to ask Trill and Kaden this one question. So are we saying now that if you get knocked out in a fight, that means you automatically have no chin?
I think he's saying if you get knocked out cold.
Yeah. I'm just asking.
Gee,
I just need verification from your superheroes. Because they can't. I just need verification from Batman and Superman over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, because Robin is saying some foolishness.
G, hold on. G.
Hold on.
I'm just saying.
2 minute Batman, please answer for me.
Last time AJ got knocked out was Ruiz. Last time your man got knocked out was his last 2 fights. I'm just saying. One chin's more questionable than the other, and it's your man's chin.
All right.
It's your man's chin.
I'm gonna fall back. It's cool. Y'all even got to answer the
No,
question.
you keep going. Honestly, just to answer that question, I think AJ's chin is suspect, but Wilder's chin isn't the greatest either. And like Wilder has been knocked out cold. Like we've seen Wilder like want to see a dead body knocked out. We've never seen AJ like that. So
exactly, that's what I was going to on my notes. Is it my turn yet?
I go ahead, Charles.
Please, Trill, go ahead, please.
All right, can AJ defeat a Wilder? Look, we all know if Wilder can catch a AJ flush, maybe he can, do something. But I'm with AJ on this. I think he could. And I don't think Deontay Wilder has learned to fight going backwards. And the game plan is already out on a Deontay Wilder, and it's the coming forward thing. You said that Wilder doesn't play boxing. Well, AJ doesn't play boxing neither. You don't collect 3 belts by playing, and beat a guy like Hall of Famer like Klitschko. And when they was talking about the punching power, and Wilder got, violated twice and KO'd twice by a guy who wasn't known for knocking people out. Yes, he got with Sugar Hill and is a new fighter, but he got knocked out for a guy they used to call the heavyweight pillow fister. You know what I'm saying? I done read old comments when they were calling him the heavyweight Paulie Malignaggi. You know what I'm saying? But he was able to knock out Deontay Wilder twice. AJ went down from a shot in the temple and behind the head, would messed up his equilibrium, and he was still able to stand and go on with that fight. So that is another thing. Killer instincts. You get up for your rivals. I believe that this will be a great fight. I honestly do. I'm not picking yet, but I do believe that this will be a great fight. You know what I'm saying? And AJ can win and Wilder can win. It's just big for, but it just depends on what's going on before that. But definitely AJ can definitely win. And I believe that killer instinct is true. I do agree with you, G. It seemed like his killer instinct is gone. You know what I'm saying? But I really feel like he'll get up for his rival. And about punching harder, how we know who punches the hardest, really. You know what I'm saying? Like really. With we look at these resumes, and then we seen with the Tyson Fury and stuff like that. Yeah, he can hit, but we ain't never seen, we don't do cross fights. Just because he was able to knock Tyson Fury down, we don't know if he'll be able to knock a AJ down. We don't know if he'll be able to knock a Usyk down. You know what I'm saying? Fury came in there, not, So we don't know until they get in there. They really don't, And I feel like the game plan on Wilder really is going to come down to Wilder can't fight going backwards, yo. It's kind of like AB situation. Everybody knows what you got to do to beat Adrian Broner. You know what I'm saying? You rush him, keep him on his back foot. You know what I'm saying? Have him trying to do check hooks the whole time because you're coming forward and you're knocking him back, trying to make a box off his back foot. And I think that's what it is with Deontay Wilder. As they're going to just try to go attack him, this young man got to learn how to fight going backwards and throw that uppercut and keep people honest. You know what I'm saying? Because I just feel like the blueprint is out on the young man.
Hold on, AJ got great head movement.
He was showing good head movement against Usyk. He got out of the way of some punches. Man, he definitely has better head movement than Wilder.
All over the place.
He has better head movement than Wilder. Look, when you're comparing the Anthony Joshua Wilder fight, to me, like it needs to happen. Deontay Wilder is given credit for being a power puncher, and to me, the most credibility he has in that is what Tyson Fury said. But then again, there's interest in Tyson Fury saying that he's a hard puncher because Tyson Fury got knocked down 4 times by Deontay Wilder. But in actuality, when you look at Deontay Wilder, like he was outboxed a lot of rounds by Gerald Washington. He was outboxed by Luis Ortiz. In the first fight, Luis Ortiz hurt Deontay Wilder badly. He barely got out of the round, was able to knock out Luis Ortiz. In the second fight, Luis Ortiz was winning every round till he got hit by the right hand. So, like, when I think about what Luis Ortiz was able to do to him, and then I put AJ in there, I think AJ's punches are going to be a lot harder. And then you look at Deontay Wilder and what he has. What he has is a right hand. That's his one weapon, is a right hand. And I get it. Like, if you believe in Deontay Wilder's right hand, if you believe that, that's all he needs, then you think he can beat Anthony Joshua. But if you're someone who believes in skill, if you're someone who believes in like resume and things of that nature, then Anthony Joshua is proven against better opposition that he's a good fighter. Now look, with these guys, they're both power punchers, so anything can happen. They can beat each other, most definitely. But if you ask me who I'm going to go with, I'm going to go with Anthony Joshua based on skill. I'm going to go with Anthony Joshua based on resume. I'm going to go with Anthony Joshua based on the fact that I've seen him do and beat better fighters than I've seen Deontay Wilder beat. Deontay Wilder hasn't beaten any fighter that I don't think Anthony Joshua can beat. But Anthony Joshua has beaten fighters that I don't know if Deontay Wilder can beat him. So, like, when they were calling Deontay Wilder a baby, like when Shelly Finko and his team was calling him a baby and saying he wasn't ready for Klitschko, Anthony Joshua was taking that fight and beating Klitschko. You understand? Like, Anthony Joshua was stepping in the ring with guys. We're still talking about seeing Deontay Wilder fight Dillian White. Anthony Joshua already beat Dillian White. We're still talking about seeing Deontay Wilder in the ring with guys Anthony Joshua already beat. So that tells you everything you need to know about Anthony Joshua. He's already proven himself. And the thing is, and I'll say this, and then we'll let it be. The fight must happen because all this debating, and this is what we've been doing since like 2015. I feel like all this debating is cool, but it's fun to actually get the end result. And I just really hope that we actually get the end result because we've been having this debate for so long and nothing's changed. But I feel like at this point, even if we get the end result, it's not going to matter. G's been saying, oh, Mr. Olympia, Anthony Joshua was better, right? Well, that's who people were looking at saying, like, we want to see him fight Deontay Wilder. The Deontay Wilder who was knocking everyone out and not getting knocked out was the guy everybody wanted to see fight Anthony Joshua. So now if they fight, I admit, yeah, I still want to watch it, but I don't know if it's as big as maybe you think it is, G, because there's a lot of, kinks in that armor. Like, there's a lot of, excitement that's been taken away from that fight. But I still would like to see it, and I hope we do get to see it.
For the sake of time, technically, we only have 15 minutes left.
Oh, man, yeah.
So, man. So, do we want to just wrap it up, or?
Nah, yo, there's some good stuff we got to talk about.
What was our next? Next one is, are you okay with Wilder returning against Lennox? You know what I'm saying?
All right, we can skip this, but for the sake of time, actually, Trill, man, you should make an announcement, man. Why don't you make an announcement? No, go back to the last one. Yeah, why don't you make an announcement for us on this $1 bill?
Are you okay with Wilder returning against Helenius? I don't know.
We don't need to talk about it. Just we got an announcement we gonna make.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh no. Matter of fact, hold on. Here's the announcement we're gonna make. Everybody always be like, oh, we pick on G, and you know what I'm saying, and G this and the G hate. We got the G hate, but it's none of that at all. You know what I'm saying?
Which G brings on himself most of the time, by the way.
We love and appreciate our bro, and when I tell you that, we have nothing but respect for him. We have nothing but respect for him. The TBE has nothing but love and respect for G in many ways. Caden, that's his man, that's his best friend, that's his rider. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's his guy. He got nothing but love for him as well. And you know what I'm saying? G has been instrumental in my life. You know what I'm saying? When I first met him, you know what I'm saying? We've been through a lot in our little short stand, and you helped me get right. I have nothing but love and respect for you, G. Whatever you need, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Me and you, we back to back in the cell, fighting everybody that come in. You heard me? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I hope I would never be in a cell. You know what I'm saying? So, tax, you know what I mean?
Analogy.
I appreciate that, Trill.
You know what I'm saying? And with that said, with all that being said, I want a drum roll because I want because Caden did this. You know what I'm saying? Caden did this. You know what I'm saying? So I wanna do the drum roll, please, just so you know how much we appreciate you, G, and it's real love.
Me, I didn't know I was quitting Boxing Bros either.
Go ahead, Caden. On the camera, let him know.
We're announcing that G's quitting. No, sir.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
So here's what we're announcing, G.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to the Wilder versus Helenius fight on October 15th. We got the tickets already. It's already set to go.
Oh, bless it. Hold on. I thought y'all wasn't gonna go.
We are in the building. We are in the building.
Yo, you see how they be playing me, man? They put it in the chat. Trill was like, yo, we should go to this fight. I was like, yo, I'm down. Let's do it. Kaden was like, I don't care about that fight. You know, who wants to see Helenius? You know what I mean? I was like, oh, all right, I guess we're not going. All right, you know what? Hey, man.
Still a dangerous fight for Wilder, but hey.
Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all saying, hold on. Y'all saying y'all paid for me or am I?
We already got the tickets. It's
we already got it. We already got the tickets. Everything is good. Everything is set up. We're going to have a good time.
We already set the up.
That's what I'm talking about. You know, that's brotherhood right there. Hold on, Ned. Did you throw down?
I didn't even know this was happening, bro. I didn't even know this was happening, bro.
He did. Of course he did. It's Boxing Bros.
Nah, he already messed up. Yeah, you see?
I didn't even know this was happening. I'm shocked by the announcement. Just like you, G. Yo, I didn't know.
No, don't say just like nothing. I need to see the DNA test now. You know what I'm saying? You've been acting funny. You know?
G, I didn't even know about this, man.
But yo, appreciations, my brothers, man. That's dope. That's
right,
dope. We out there, son. You know what I mean?
Yo, I want to do
encouragement, man, and everything, and all the love, man. I appreciate you more than you ever know, man.
That's dope.
Yo, let's do the
drinks on me.
Gee, we got 10 minutes.
Water.
No drink. No drink.
Water.
No drink. Hey, yo,
water is on me. You know.
All right, go to the Jamal Charlo one real quick.
All right.
We'll close on this one.
All right.
All right, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Salute to Larry, man, for coming through.
We appreciate you, man.
No sound.
Is never fighting again. This house is gonna get fucking bang.
All right, hold on a second. It was acting up. All right, here we go. Y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
Think straight. Like, for all his fucking fans, the nigga's never fighting again. This house is gonna get fucking bankruptcy, whatever the fuck. They gonna foreclose this bitch because he can't even afford to fucking pay for it. Because that's how stupid he is. And he think straight. Like, for all his.
Jamal Charlo's wife was on live and she was ranting and basically said that the house is going to get foreclosed on because he's not fighting again and he's stupid. So, I mean, you heard all that. What was your reaction to all that? I'll turn it over to you, Conspiracy. What's your reaction to that?
All right, man. Listen, and as a married man, I want to be real delicate in how I answer this. You know what I mean? Because I don't like to get involved in other people's like marital affairs. But I'm gonna keep it 100. She's corny for this. You know, to me, even if y'all have some issues, y'all made vows to one another. So, you know, don't bring that to the public, man. You know, like, and hey, I can't tell her what to do. But if there's a possibility y'all gonna kiss and make up, you just made a fool out of your man, you know? And so that's supposed to be your ride or die. So to me, I would never go on a public platform and violate my wife in any way, shape, or form. You know what I mean? There's just certain things, like certain relationships are supposed to be sacred. Just like you don't violate your family members, like your children or your parents, you know? So, and then I see you smiling, you know, you're under my protection. So, you know, I make jokes. You know what I mean? But for her to do that, I just think that's so corny, man. And it's just like, for one, I'm gonna just be real, and I hope this doesn't come off as disrespect, because I don't mean no harm to the Charlo family. But let's just keep it 100. I'm pretty confident when I say this. If that girl was never with Charlo, she'll probably be like somewhere where she want to live in a mansion. You know, like she's living in a mansion because of Charlo's hard work, right? And the fact that, let's just say, Charlo right now isn't getting the big fights to finance his lifestyle. Hey, maybe he's overspending too much. Maybe he needs to just, like, you know, get rid of the house. Maybe he needs to sell the house, live in a smaller home or a condo or what have you, right? But he provided that lifestyle for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to work. You know what I mean? Like, he's not relying on you to provide for y'all kids and things of that nature. So for you to go on social media to disrespect your man who's working hard, who's getting punched in the face, mind you, to provide for you and your children, that's just disrespect. And even if you don't have the perfect man, even if your man is disrespecting you somehow, what have you, don't do that tit for tat. If he, let's say, I don't know what he did. If he cheated, I don't know. Whatever he did, right? Why go public? If he didn't go, even if he did go public, I think you should be like, hey, you know what? I'm bigger than you. Yo, Ned.
No, I just want to say, it just said she's being put in jail. He's putting her in jail. I don't know.
I didn't even know about that.
Nah, yeah. So I'll put it back up. I think there's like a domestic dispute between them. Yeah. So, like, if you see, let me make it bigger. Yeah. It says Jamal is putting me in jail. It's okay. I will do my time. And then if you look at right here, it says booking details of Charlo Chantel Nicole, age 31, old, race B, sex, female, booked on August 18th, 2022. Charges, description, assault causes bodily injury, jurisdiction, bond amount $750, it looks like. So I guess she did all this after she put hands on him and he, you know, called the police, I guess, or something.
Oh, yes, I didn't even know that. But even still, yo, listen, man, that sounds too messy, man. And I just feel weird even talking about it. You know what I mean? Like, I think he should drop all the charges. That's your wife. You know, like, bro, even if she did, let's say she slapped him in the face. Bro, you really gonna be that petty to put the mother of your children in jail? Yo, this whole thing is just yo, they both corny. Both of them are corny. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, just drop the charges, man. Don't do that to your kids. Like, that's the I don't know, man. Like, this is just bad, yo. I do feel bad for the Charlo family right now, man. So I don't know, yo. Free Charlo's wife, man. What's the sister's name?
Chantel, I believe.
Yo, hashtag free Chantel Charlo.
The bond was $750. I'm sure she got out.
She can't. Yo, man, listen, that's another thing too.
Yeah, she's out. She's out. Chill. I mean,
she's out. Oh, I'm about to say, man,
about who he is and what it is, man.
That to me is just kind of crazy. And why is there a bond anyways? Like, do they have to?
I don't know. Maybe they thought she was a flight risk. I don't know.
$750.
I know. I'm joking.
Oh, is it like it's a mandatory type of thing? Like they have to put it down? Like,
you see the judge. Normally, you don't get a bill on a domestic.
No, typically what happens is like they look over your record.
Yeah,
and if you have a history of showing up, if you have like a history of defaulting, then that's when they put like bail on you or whatever. So I mean, I don't know. It could be
the runner. She's a track star. She gonna get hard.
It could be. Oh, Troy, you got anything to add to it?
Nah, man. I don't got nothing to say. You know what I'm saying, man? Not with this. Now with a man in situations with his wife, I got no dog in that fight, man. Especially before, you know what I'm saying? This has been their history. You know, they put their hands on each other. They do. All I know is that, you know, situations like that can never end up healthy. But that's none of my business, man. I'm a real one. I listen. I'm glad. I'm not perfect.
We got 2 more minutes, guys. Just
I'm not. Oh yeah, I'm not perfect, man. So, man, listen. I don't got no judges, man, on them.
All right, TVE.
Yeah, this is just like messy relationship. Like, I don't know, they need to seek counseling or something. But at this point, I think they should just get a divorce, get custody, work out custody issues with the kids. And yeah, it's messy. It's too messy for me.
Well, we're gonna have to wrap this up. So thank you for watching, and you know, we appreciate all of you. It was a great Sunday. So.
Oh, you're not gonna answer the question? Damn.
I did my thing. I was always taught, like, if I gotta hit you, I don't need to be with you. And one other thing, like, for me, I feel like it could be a number of things. Like, maybe he felt like he needed to protect himself by calling the police because he's an athlete. And you know how it is. If they get the phone and they call on you, then it's something else. But I think the reality is they got to look at how other people are in their relationship, in their business now, saying they recommend divorce. You got kids, yo. Your kids are going to pull this up on the internet and see this and be like, oh, man, you hit daddy, you hit ma, you said this about daddy. Like, yo, you're adults. Your life is about more than yourself now. So hopefully they can work this out and mature. But unfortunately, man, you know, relationships can get messy. But anyways,
like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. The Brothers album's out now. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for rocking with us. You know we got nothing but love for y'all, the Boxer Bros family. We out.